What's up, Knicks Nation? So Pablo Torre wants smoke with the New York Knicks. More in particular, Jalen Brunson. He alleges that his so-called enemies want him to share some disturbing information in regards to the captain, possibly tampering when he signed with the team, possibly with the contract extension. I don't know, but we're going to talk about that. There's been a somewhat of a debate between Knicks fans as to whether or not Carmelo Anthony, who is being retired in the Hall of Fame this weekend, should he have his jersey hung in the rafters at MSG? Some say no, a lot say yes. This past Wednesday, we did a big time show. Salute to all of the panelists that was on board. Ron from Still Knicks Fans, Fritz from the NBA Economy, and Mellow Mike. We talked about the Knicks championship window. So I'm giving you guys the opportunity to answer the question. What does the Knicks championship window look like to you? And is it time to retire the Ben Simmons talk? Reports come out that the brother's considering retirement. And I think that it's time that we say bye to all prospects of signing Ben. We're going to talk about that and possibly more on tonight's show, the Knicks Call Up. Let's go. Welcome, Knicks Nation. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan, and I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest, and you know the vibes, y'all, man. Salute to y'all in the building. I do appreciate you guys for rocking with me on a Friday night. This is the Call Up Show, so let the calls flow in, 646-995-8389, and definitely take the time to subscribe. Okay, cool. So we got our first caller in the house.
Yo.
Hello, caller.
Hang on. Yo, let me call back.
Okay, that's Yuri. That's Yuri calling up. Hold on, get him back on the line. Just make sure my settings is right. Keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Nothing much.
Off season gets more stupider and stupider right before the season starts. But
okay.
We're gonna talk about it on a Friday night. I'm Yuri from the Objective Knicks Fan server.
Salute, man. Knicks Tape Matters Discord server, channel member, and mod, man. How's it going, brother?
I've aged 30 years. My Mets won 5-4.
Nice. The Mets won 5-4. Nice.
In Met fashion, freaking Edwin Diaz gives me a heart attack. But that's not what we're talking about today.
Okay.
We're talking about the big topics.
Yes.
So hit me.
So, well, I guess there's no flagship topic on the call-up show, but Pablo Torre, the investigative reporter, he has a podcast where he goes on trying to expose certain information, and he kind of dropped a hint on another. I believe he was on somebody else's show. I'll pull that up in a second.
Right.
And he said that Jalen Brunson's enemies want him to leak some potential damaging information. We don't know who these enemies are. We don't know what this information is, but it may be similar to the Kawhi Leonard allegations,
Right.
cap circumvention, or something to that regard. What do you think about that? Do you think that this is Knicks for clicks, him trying to promote his show, or do you think that there may be some substance to there or something there? We don't know what that is.
Knicks
okay.
I'm going to tell you why. The minute Jalen Brunson took this pay cut for the New York Knicks, shout out to him, by the way, because no superstar in the NBA would do what Jalen Brunson did. All these
Right.
stars nowadays want the bag. They all want their bag. Oh, and guess what? Jalen Brunson took a pay cut, so his homies got paid. OG got paid. Mikel got paid. Josh Hart got paid.
Fact.
Cat was even to get paid. Dude, we were thanks to Jalen Brunson's contract, we were able to get Cat on his team.
Right. No, I get it. I'm trying to be objective about it, but it's like everything you're saying and more reasons or more things are the reason why I think that is cap. I'm not buying it. I think that I think it's Knicks for clicks because even with the Kawhi Leonard allegations, it's still kind of it's a lot of holes in the theory, right? I mean,
there's too many holes. It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, Bama.
I would buy into it if it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
know, but
right.
Jalen keeps it quiet. You know what I mean? He's not that kind of guy to take money in a shady way. You know, he's not Gilbert Arenas where he gets mansions and Ferraris. Just to stay
whoa, wait, hold on, slow that down. Remember, Gilbert Arenas is not guilty of nothing. Let's put the disclaimer up, okay? All of his stuff is alleged. He hasn't gone to trial yet, right? So before we jump off the deep end and point the finger, let's let's keep it based on what we have, what we know for
allegedly.
Sure.
It's not like Gilbert.
Right.
It's not like being allegedly taking money on the table so you can get Ferraris and friggin' mansions. For God's sakes, this guy Jalen Brunson's being accused of what? Taking a pay cut.
Right.
And I'm like,
right.
At this point, when do you go off the deep end? You know what I mean? And if I'm Jalen Brunson, I'm saying, man, I don't gotta hide nothing. You want my contract? Here. This is what my dotted line says. This is how much money I took. If I'm Jalen Brunson, I'm not giving a crap.
I don't think Brunson, him personally, I don't think that he's upset about it, especially if it's not true. He probably won't even comment on it. I'm curious to see if Pablo, this Torre dude, if he drops something.
I'm definitely looking to see if he drops something. I'm not gonna lie to you on that one. I'm keeping an eye out. I am gonna keep an eye out.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, we here for the smoke. If you got something, drop it. But if you ain't gonna drop it, if you're not gonna drop it, then just what's the purpose of talking? We just talking to talk.
Exactly. Like literally, we're literally 24 days away from training camp. Literally.
Right.
We're less than that now. I don't need this crap on my YouTube. You need this crap filling up my time. Moving on. This is a more serious topic, so I'm gonna, give a warning. This is going to be talking about mental health. So if to the people that was watching this, if you have any kids in your room, or if you have any, family members that don't understand what we're going to be talking about, this is going to be about Julius Randle, on an interview talking about his lifestyle in New York. I want you to, as a mature who's about to talk about this with objective Quran, please take your family to somewhere else, because we're kind of going to dive into a kind of a more serious topic about mental health. And going on this topic about mental health, if you have someone you want to talk to, or you just need to talk to somebody, please just talk to that person. There's too many people.
When you talk about Julius Randle, you talking about when he said that he stopped smoking marijuana?
Yeah, and he opened up about his mental health. First off, I want to give a shout out to Julius Randle for even talking about that, because it takes a bigger man to admit, you were addicted to something. So that's definitely a plus. And also, it goes to show, Karan, not everyone is made to play in New York. New York is a different breed. And I said it a few times on a call-up show, right? New York will chew you up and spit you out.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. I don't really know much about it. I didn't watch the interview. I did hear about it.
It was a good.
I did hear about it. I'm just happy that the brother, he found the peace of mind, in Minnesota, and he got what he wanted, which is not just getting paid, which is to be wanted. That's one thing that he put on his social media after the trade, that it feels good to be wanted. And when I first heard him say that, I was like, wait a minute, but Minnesota gonna get rid of you, like they got you to dump salary, but it turns out they signed him, and all those reports were true.
Bag, you know what I mean?
And I'm not gonna say he got a big bag. He got less money than Mikal. I'm not gonna say that's a big bag. You a multiple time All-Star, All NBA, and Mikal Bridges is getting paid more than you. I wouldn't say that's a big bag, but I would say that, if he's happy there, all the best to him. Salute to Julius Randle. I don't got no issues. I don't got no issues with it.
I respect him even for even talking about that. You know what I mean? But like I said, the New York is a different breed, man. We got podcasters. We got WFAN. We got newspapers. We got all sorts of media in New York that you couldn't even possibly think of.
Right.
That will all eyes on you in New York. Every turnover you make, every point you score, every assist you make. You know what I mean? Anything you do on the court, especially off the court, all eyes is on you. And Julius Randle, I was watching the interview. It felt like as time went on with Juju, it just felt like he was being eaten alive in New York as time went on. So I take it as like a sign of peace that he's found his place in the NBA, and he's definitely going to be an anchor for Minnesota. That's for sure. And honestly, from one Knick to another, I hope he does well in Minnesota. Once a Knick, always a Knick, and Julius Randle fits that mantra. Once a Knick, always.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I'm glad. Once again, I'm happy for him that he has the peace of mind that he needs, and they got a really good team. It'd be nice to see them in the finals. I would welcome it. Knicks and Timberwolves in the finals. Let's make it happen.
Ages. It would be the
yeah, dude. Boy, it'd be the battle. How do you feel about Carmelo Anthony and because a clip of Walt Clyde talking about Melo jersey being retired in the Garden resurfaced, and Walt Clyde. I don't think Walt Clyde was taking a shot at Randall. I mean at Anthony. I think that he was just basically saying that there's so many, guys that don't have their jersey retired. So this is what he said. So when they asked him, he said probably not because he didn't win the title. This is what Frazier told Sirius XM. Right. I'm surprised they didn't put Allen Houston up there. I'm surprised they didn't put Bernard King, who was in the Hall of Fame. They haven't put Bernard up there. So those two guys, I think, are deserving. Perhaps maybe John Starks, even the Oak Man, Charles Oakley, but that probably won't happen with all the stuff that's going on. Right. So he's not held to a high esteem right now, but I don't see them putting Melo in there because of that.
I could see Melo being retired in Denver, if you want my honest opinion. It's where he first started.
But he has the same number as Jokic, right?
Yeah, I know. That's the weird thing about that. Would Jokic? I honestly, if you make that case, then I think Melo is going to be retired in the Garden. I mean, mine is the championship that he didn't win in New York, right? I am going to make a case for Melo. We were at a dark time as Knicks fans.
Yes.
From going into 2010, 2011, around that time.
Right.
When Melo put on a Knicks uniform, it felt like we had a certain hope in the Garden again.
Right.
So I would like to say yes, but like H. Harmon said, he didn't do enough or wasn't here long enough.
Well, hold on. So I'm going to read off some of his accomplishments.
Right.
He was a scoring champion in 2012, 2013, right? He led the league in scoring with 28.7 points. He was a 6-time All-Star. 5 of those times he was in the All-Star game, he started for the Knicks. He made it to the All-NBA third team in 2013. He has he holds the franchise record for the most points in the game. which was 62 points versus the Charlotte Bobcats back in 2014, right? He took the team to the second round off a 54-28 record, right? He led, and during that same year, that was the best record they had since 96-97, right? He won the Atlantic Division title, their first division crown since 1994. I mean, definitely he's done some things while he was here. I wouldn't say, because some people think that he hadn't done anything during his time or he hadn't done enough.
He did a lot.
He definitely did a lot. But
let's be real.
But if the standard is championship, then he shouldn't be there. But then why is Ewing there? Ewing didn't win the championship. And let's not forget that Phil Jackson came and ruined the team. That wasn't Melo's fault. Imagine if we got Leon Rose or somebody like Leon Rose back then to go with Melo. We would have won a championship. 100%. 100%. If Melo was on this Knicks team now, he would be the best player on the team.
Matter of fact, if there's one person that deserves to have their jersey retired, it was Patrick Ewing. I'm sorry. That's how I view it. You know what I mean?
Even though he didn't win the championship.
Even though he didn't win a championship, I respect Patrick Ewing a hell of a lot more. Listen, no, I'm not dissing Melo. I'm not dissing Melo. Do not think I'm dissing Melo. I respect everything Melo did. Scoring title, all the accolades you named. I respect it.
Right.
And the front office did screw Melo over. We also have to take that into account as well. Phil Jackson basically traded Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith, for God's sakes. We all remember that incident where Melo legit stormed into the front office saying, "What the hell did you do?"
Yeah, I mean, people blame Melo for the team's success as if he was the one pulling the trigger. Melo made the playoffs every year of his career prior to come to the Knicks. It was the Knicks that, ruined his streak. And, I think that if we're going to bend the rules with championship, I think Melo should be the one to get, even over Bernard King. Salute to Bernard King. No hate. But, Bernard King was short-lived because of the injuries.
And remember, Melo should, and I will agree with HR on one thing, Melo should have waited to come to the Knicks. Because that new CBA was going to kick in.
Yeah, he could have waited, but I think that sometimes you got to strike while the iron is hot because what is the Knicks? All right, so we did get Amari Stoudemire, but besides that, like, when's the last time the Knicks got a dude that's a second team caliber player in free agency? Like that the Knicks don't normally get those types of players. So, they had a trade on the table and, they struck while the iron was hot. And they could get him to recommit, because how do you know if he goes and wastes free agency? What if the Lakers would have gave him a better offer or somebody else, right? It's just too risky, right? Yeah, if you trade for him, he's guaranteed to be on your team, and he was going to sign the extension.
Not only that, right? This is my take on the whole honoring Melo. If you're going to honor Melo, you have to honor all the other Knick legends that wore that uniform. I have no problem honoring Melo. Let me be real. But the other legends that came before him have to be honored the same with respect. Same way. I'm sorry.
But if they weren't multiple time All-Stars, they weren't first options. All right, so if I'm on a team and I'm the second, third option, and that means that my jersey should be retired, I don't know about that. Maybe if we won the championship, maybe. But to be a third option,
that's a different story.
A second option, like, I don't know. But I think Melo, to me, if you look at his accolades, I think that is well warranted. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, are those other guys going to be first ballot Hall of Famers? I don't know. I know Bernard King is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, Bernard's definitely a Hall of Famer.
But
the one thing how I know about Bernard King, I actually did my research into the Knicks fandom way back.
Right.
Got into insanity. So
right. And like I said, Bernard I'm not against none of those guys getting their jerseys hung up. I'm just saying if we're going to, because World Class said there's a standard to it. So, I'm willing to give an exception to the standard. But by the way, this is the Knicks Call Up Show, 646-995-8389. Call up and voice your opinion. I see Size 9 going crazy in the chat right now.
Lord. Yeah, no, but moving on from the metal topic, because I think I've spoke my sense on it. What else you got on mind? We talked about the poll thing. We talked about
Is it time to retire Ben Simmons?
Yes, it's officially time to retire the Ben Simmons train.
Ben Simmons talk. Yeah, because this
ain't gonna be a long topic.
Yeah, people
get that soft-ish mofo out of the NBA. Soft. As Kobe Bryant would say, S-O-F-T, soft. Get that soft-ish mofo out of the NBA. See ya. Bye-bye. Your career won't be missed. Sorry.
I was telling y'all, right? Like I said, I
never believed in a Ben Simmons. Never believed it.
Yeah. We don't need a veteran that you have to console and you have to coddle. And we don't need that. We need if we're gonna get somebody who's not gonna play.
Give me Landry Shamet back. How's that sound? Give me Landry back.
give me PJ Tucker back. I'm just saying if I'm gonna get somebody that's not gonna play, right? Because we know that Ben is not gonna play. So if I'm going to get somebody that's not going to play, I'd rather have somebody that's going to have a positive impact on the roster.
PJ Tucker, the veterans went to him to talk.
Exactly.
PJ Tucker, if it wasn't for PJ Tucker, right, even the players didn't go to Tom Thibodeau. Let that sink in. The players were
It's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother topic, but it has to be said. The players never went to Tom Thibodeau. They all went to PJ Tucker. Karl Anthony Towns included. All went to PJ Tucker. The reason why the communication was better. The reason why the defense was better. Even the offense was better at some points. PJ Tucker had that voice in the locker room. Hell, we even saw in the Detroit game. PJ wasn't afraid to get down with Detroit. Hell, I feel like PJ would have been awesome in a Detroit series had we extended the rotation 9-man or 10-man at least.
Right. Now, for the record, I'm not saying that I want to sign PJ Tucker because I know how you guys get down. I'm just saying that if I had to make a choice between PJ Tucker and Ben Simmons, I'm gonna choose PJ Tucker. Yeah. That's just how I see it.
And the way I look at it is, we're gonna get a signing soon, or we're gonna get a trade. I think we're trading Tyler Kolek straight up. I don't know for what, but if they want veterans on the team, they got to move off of that Tyler Kolek contract. Is it a bad look for them because they gave him that amount of money? Right? Yes.
Well, he's not the only one that could be moved. I mean, if this guy Mitchell Robinson doesn't get signed, he makes way more money than Tyler Kolek, and you could get back way more in return than you would for Tyler Kolek, and that'll free up space. So maybe you can sign, like if you had multiple, veterans you wanted to sign, whether it be Landry Shamet, DeLon Wright. Now you put yourself in position to sign multiple guys like that. Even bring back a Kevin McCullough Jr. if that's what they want.
The Knicks are doing. That front office is hella silent right now.
Yeah, I think the league is hella silent right now, and you're starting to see guys like Trey Lyles go overseas. A lot of guys who don't want to sign minimum contracts, and I think that's also the Ben Simmons debacle is that no one wants to give him more.
Sign one,
no one wants to give them more than the minimum. So. What do you do?
Believe it or not, Corin, I gotta say you were on point about the recession, my man. You were on point.
Yeah,
I can't sugarcoat that. You were on point 100%.
Yeah, I mean, you got teams like normally you have what they said. Okay, so back in the day, they said it'll be 17 teams with cap space. Recent times you get around 10. This past season there was only 3. So there's not going to be a lot of opportunities for guys. That's why you see all these guys signing qualifying offers. Like I said, Cam Thomas, he just signed the qualifying offer.
What a tragedy.
Kuminga.
Cam Thomas's contract is holy.
So what's going to happen is next year it'll be a little better because you'll have 10 teams with cap space, and I think the Lakers are going to make a home run. I think they're going to go after Jokic or somebody like that. Giannis is a possibility, but I'm thinking Jokic, especially if Denver doesn't do well. Like if Denver gets bumped in the second round, I think Jokic is out of there. I think they would have to win the championship for Jokic to stay. Because the GM already kind of told you that, hey, if we had to, we'll move Jokic. And that's not even a joke.
Even saying that is crazy.
Salute to Mellow Mike. I see you in the building, Mellow Mike. Salute to you, man.
Saying that was crazy, by the way. Can we just go on record saying that you would trade Jokic? That was crazy. Okay, can we all agree to that?
Yeah. I mean, because more than likely, if you trade Jokic, you're not going to get the same value back.
Because
I mean,
you gotta let Jokic walk in that case. If you were, come on.
Yeah, I mean, but Yuri, this is the business of basketball. Like us as fans, we love we love the game, we love our teams, but in the business of basketball, if you're not the Lakers or the Knicks, it's hard to justify hundreds of millions of dollars in penalties. Like that's a tough cookie to swallow for most teams.
Oh yeah, no, HOM. Jokic talked about retiring a few times.
That part too. So it's going to be a lot of changes in the next couple of years. I think SGA is going to be the undisputed face of the league, especially if they win another championship. And so now everybody's going to follow his lead, so to speak. But Wemby's coming too. I'm curious to see what happens with Wemby this season and his development.
I think, someone made a YouTube video saying he might have 300 3-point shots made this season.
Possibly.
He loves to shoot that three.
Those guards got the memo, pass Wemby the ball. So he's going to get all the shots that he wants. 100%. But guys, this is the call-up show, 646-995-8389.
I'm gonna hop off here because I want you to call. I will call back up at the end of the night, but media day is coming up though, and I just want to let you know that I think we're gonna finally find out what the starting lineup is going to be come media day, and I'm looking forward to that in a few weeks.
100%. All right, Yuri, salute. That was Yuri in the house. Knicks Tape Madness Discord server channel member. Salute to you. Let me see. Size 9 talk about Melo, man. Oh man, why did I get Size 9 started? What's up with Giddey? They still $10 million apart. Giddey wants 30 plus million. They're willing to give him 20 plus million. So that was the last thing I could remember. But that's been the big difference between, where Chicago is with Giddey. And what do you call it just signed? Somebody just signed PJ Washington just got $90 million. Salute to Drip Moore. Salute to you. I guess the football game just went off. I did start a little earlier than I usually do. I wanted to get back to the 10:45 start just to see how it is. I forgot that the football game was on YouTube. And that game wasn't a bad game. Yo, HRM, I gotta hit you up about the fantasy stuff too, man. We gotta talk about the fantasy. Let me see. Size 9 Rockets made the conference finals when they got rid of Melo. Okay. What's the point? And Denver went in the toilet until they got Jokic. Luckily in the second round, once they lost Melo. Melo's top 75 all time. Melo is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know what you want more to say or what negative you want to say about Melo. I don't get it. Melo did not quit on us. Phil Jackson ruined the team. Melo did not quit on us. It's like I don't understand why Knicks fans give Phil Jackson the pass. I don't understand that. It's like they want to dump on Melo. By the way, salute to you, Big Dog Talk Sports, if you still listening. You said that $113 million pay cut, guilty till proven innocent. And even though I disagree that I don't think that the whatever claims that or whatever point that Pablo is trying to prove, I don't think that is anything there. People were like, okay, so when it came down to Kawhi situation, Kawhi is not guilty of nothing right now. Ballmer and the Clippers came out and said that they completely denied the allegations. The reason why I believe that the circumvention is not true in this case, not to say that people aren't doing it, but in this case, the reason why, they gave up $50 million. They gave up $50 million to this company, Aspiration, that was doing scam business, right? The person that was in charge of Aspiration already, he already pleaded guilty to fraud for $249 million of fraud, right? Clippers gave him $50 million. Kawhi was supposed to get $28 million or whatever. Yeah, $28 million for 4 years. Kawhi never got all of the money. He might have got like one or two payments, but he didn't get all of the money. If I'm going to do a circumvention and I'm trying to do something illegal through a third party company, I'm going to at least make sure Kawhi gets paid. That's why it doesn't make any sense to me. Like if I am the Clippers and I'm doing something that is bad, I'm going to make sure the dude gets paid. Because if Kawhi would have got paid, and it wasn't to Kawhi, it was to Kawhi's company. I think it was Kawhi LLC. Let me see if I got it here. I don't got it here. But that's why it doesn't make sense to me. Because Ballmer is worth $180 billion. Like, come on, dude. Like, why am I playing with 20s of millions? It's not like when Kawhi signed with the Clippers, he was the hottest commodity. He was hurt. He missed the first year. What leverage did he really have outside of him wanting to go to the Clippers? But I mean, there's no reason for them to do the shaky stuff to me. I think that I don't be surprised if the Clippers are cleared of all wrongdoing, because you can clearly see, and this is what they said. There's a paper trail. You can see when we first sent the emails, right? And you can see when we pulled out, right? So when they try to say, oh, Kawhi got the $28 million to do nothing, if the company is a scam, you know, clearly there was some foul play on the company side. So that doesn't mean that Kawhi did anything wrong. Phil Jackson did the Knicks real dirty. Coming to the organization after he got paid by Dolan and wrecked it. Facts. Bodega Wi-Fi said Melo was selfish. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, selfish in what way? Because is Melo, was he selfish in the way that Jordan wasn't? Was he selfish in the way that Kobe wasn't? A lot of Kobe's teammates have a lot of ill things to say about him. So when you say selfish, in what way? I don't know about that. Besides 9, you're talking about Melo, but you hadn't said one word about Phil Jackson. That's crazy to me. Like you rather wish we never traded for Phil Jackson. I mean, traded for Melo, but you don't wish that we never would have signed Phil Jackson. That's crazy to me. To bring it to Brunson, right? So, you know, he's teasing that Brunson has something up his sleeve, right? And here's a quote. He said, "Well, look at how he arrived at the Knicks. This is where I have to defer to the reporting I may or may not do on this." This is Pablo. "Certainly was interesting," he said, right? Like, okay, that's a pretty good deal for the Knicks. Anyway, I don't want to get ahead of myself in terms of that. No. You need to know. Put it out. We want you to put it out. Because the Knicks were already fined by the NBA. We already got fined. We already they charged us $250K, and they charged us a second round pick. That was the fine. The Knicks were complicit in tampering. So what more evidence are you going to have? This is what we know the Knicks did, right? Knicks hired Rick Brunson, right? Which is Jalen Brunson's father, earlier before they signed Brunson during free agency. Leon Rose, the Knicks president, he previously represented Jalen Brunson as his agent. His son, Leon Rose's son, Sam Rose, is currently, right, Jalen Brunson's agent. A lot of high-level executives, including Allen Houston, Worldwide West, along with forward Julius Randle, were courtside during the Mavericks playoff game, right? So the NBA definitely found that there may have been some tampering going on. So what more is Pablo going to release? Like, huh? And this is what I'm talking about, Knicks for clicks, y'all. This is what I'm talking about, Knicks for clicks. I want to see you put it out, Pablo. You got the green light. I wish that on the Roommates podcast, they would address this. I would love for them to address this on the Roommates podcast and say, hey, Pablo, we want you to put out all the secret information that you have. Please do. Salute to you, Beaming Boys. I see you in the building. But and then we can't even allude to the sacrifice because the sacrifice has nothing to do with this comment. This comment right here was talking about how he arrived at the Knicks, not him re-signing to the Knicks. Back to Melo. Bodega Wi-Fi says, I remember reporters asking KP about the triangle offense and KP complimented it. Rumor was Melo humiliated KP over it. We heard about the Linsanity hate. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Melo commented on Linsanity. Melo said that he actually offered Linsanity what he felt to be a great business proposal, and Lynn turned it down. He didn't want no parts of it. They were all rooting for Lynn to do well. That came out of Melo's mouth. I don't have to allude to rumors when he already addressed Jeremy Lin. As far as KP, I don't recall reports of Melo and KP beefing. I don't really remember that. I know that the many reports that KP in the front office was beefing. And that's what led to KP requesting the trade, was he wasn't feeling Phil Jackson in the front office, and then Phil Jackson was up out of there. And he was like, yo, I still want to get up out of here. So that was Phil Jackson on the KP stuff. As far as Melo having beef with KP, I don't know about that. I would like to see the source on that. Could have happened. I doubt it. I know KP and the front office definitely had tension with his brother. It was a whole lot going on. Now the Knicks have a good team. The distraction through the media beginning before the season starts. Knicks need to stand together and focus on basketball, keep it moving. Well, Mellow Mike, this is why I'm here. This is my job. See, I have to come and deal with the Toro. What's his name? Pablo Torre, Pablo, I make it up, whatever the hell his name is, right? This dude right here, I'm dealing with him. Jalen Brunson and these dudes ain't thinking about him. They are not, trust me, they are not worried about him. They were already fined. Pablo, salute to him. I'm not saying he's a bad journalist, but at the same time, you ain't got the resources that the NBA has, dog. The NBA, people talk about Joe Smith from back in the day. I'm not sure if people really know what happened with the Joe Smith and the Timberwolves circumvention scandal that set off this whole rules. That whole Joe Smith scandal set off all of the rules that we have today, right? They offered him a minimum contract and then gave him a separate contract like, yo, we going to sign you for $84 million. The reason why how the league found out about the Joe Smith shady deal with the T-Wolves was they actually did investigations and found the paperwork. This was what, back in the early 2000s. They went and found the paperwork. Think about that. They went and found the paperwork. So I'm sorry, man. You got some employee on the line talking about, yeah, and then they gave Kawhi, money to not do a job. First off, the deal was through Kawhi's company. That's rule number one. And it was a sponsorship, right? But clearly they were scamming and they didn't have no money to fulfill their obligations. So, of course, Kawhi is not going to do anything. You're not paying me. You're not paying me what you told me you were going to pay me. So why am I going to put in any work for you? Once Ballmer and them got wind of it, they bailed out. Listen, I'm not saying, until the information comes out, I'm not saying that there's no possibility for no one to be guilty, but I am going to say that I think I'm leaning to the side that there is no foul play on the Kawhi stuff. And even this extra information on the Brunson stuff, I don't think it gets more like tampering than all the stuff that we said. His father's the head coach. His former agent is the GM. His former agent's son is his GM, his agent now. I don't think it gets more collusion than that. I don't know what else he's going to provide. But he has his little podcast. He has a show. Everybody got a little podcast, right? And so this was on the Dan Patrick show, but I think the name of his show is called Pablo Torre Finds Out. That's the name of his show. So he's trying to promote like he's this investigative journalism that uncovers the mysteries. And anytime you got people that's talking about they uncovering mysteries, man, most of the time they wacky, dog. So let me see. They made let's see. They may look so amateur. That's it. Almost working in their favor. LOL. Oh, you said okay, but the main investor in that company is your team's owner. Suspect. No, I mean. So, you know what? I can do this. Let me see if I got that. Hold on. Because I was doing some research, man. And let's see if I got that here. Hold on. I gotta put this. I got an article. It's gonna take me a couple of seconds to find it though. Where it talks about the NBA circumvention. Like what is it? Right? And how it's detected, what it's about. I want to put that on the screen because just because you're being sponsored by a company that your owner owns, even though Ballmer wasn't an owner of the company, he only had 4% stake in the company, and he did it because he believed in their mission statement about the environment or something like that, right? It wasn't Ballmer's company. Now, if Ballmer owned 100% of the company, okay, now you're talking about a scam. But Ballmer, it wasn't his company. He wasn't a majority stakeholder. He didn't have no say in what the company does. He thought that he was investing his money into something that was real. When he found out it wasn't real, he pulled out. And my thing is, if you're going, this is a terrible job. Like if that was a circumvention, they did a terrible job of doing it, because I would at least make sure he got paid. Just saying. The brother didn't get paid. The brother did not get paid, man. Like I said, this is the Knicks call-up show, 646-995-8389. Call up and voice your opinion. I'm trying to find this article I had. It was a really good article. It explained the circumvention to a T. I just can't remember where I put it. But I am going to find it. Bodega Wi-Fi said, I think these NBA governors knew this was coming. That's why most of the top team got sold. I don't know. I mean, knew what was coming. This may be nothing, right? The NBA is going to do their investigation. I'm telling you right now, from a legal standpoint, they did not break the law. At least Ballmer and Kawhi's company, they're not being charged with anything. The guy who did the crime, which was the owner of the company, hold on. Let me see if I get his name. I'm going to put it back up there. No, I didn't. I never had it on the screen. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get it up there. I'm looking for something else, but I'm gonna put this on the screen. Hold on. The guy name is why? Hold on. 2 seconds. Where's the article at? Why I can't find nothing? I got too much articles, man. You know you got too much articles when you searching for something. That one article, and you just can't find it. Yeah, you got too much going on, bro. You got too much going on. By the way, okay, so here's the CBA's definition of salary cap circumvention, right? A player compensation must be disclosed to and approved by the league. Any side agreement contingent upon a player's employment with a team must be counted as salary. If a deal is not disclosed and found to have been tied to the player on that team, the NBA considers it circumvention. All right, so any secret deals that goes down, that would be considered circumvention, right? And so you have this is how the league detects it: contract review, right? All the contracts are submitted to the NBA. Third-party agreements. The league monitors endorsement deals, sponsorships, and business ties involving team owners, sponsors, and players. Right? If it looks suspiciously tied to a player's status, then it's a red flag. Like if he leaves the team and now the deal's over, that will be a red flag. Of course, you have whistleblowers and media like Pablo Torre and an audit authority. The league has a right to audit the financial records of the team. So what we know is that the Clippers, right? I believe it was Ballmer, not the Clippers, that donated the money. Right now, yes, he's tied to the Clippers. I know he owns the Clippers, so he's tied to the Clippers. I get that, but I'm just saying, the point that I'm trying to convey is that Aspiration is not a company that was owned by the Clippers, nor was it owned by Ballmer. He had a small percentage in the company. Okay. For the record, so we can understand what was going on. Ballmer is worth $180 billion, okay? For the record. Damn, I need a I don't think I got a Washington Post anymore. I had too many news subscriptions, man. I had way too many, man. I had to cancel some. I don't got a Post no more. Even though the Washington Post is a really good news platform. So aspirations partners had a large roster of celebrities, right? So Kawhi wasn't the only one signed to the company, right? And including Drake. Drake was down with it. Robert Downey Jr., right? However, in those cases, both had clear online histories posting about aspiration partners on social media, right? Filming commercials for the company. Kawhi has no history of ever mentioning the company, according to Torre, which made $28 million dollars, a $28 million agreement, right? Which he was not paid that money, right? I'm not even sure if he was paid any money. So then came the bombshell from a former aspiration partner employee who worked the finance department on the record on the condition of anonymity, right? To discuss whether they were informed of Leonard's how they were informed that Leonard was a big player among the company's agreements and told not to ask any questions about the deal because it was explicitly organized by the Los Angeles Clippers. This is what the whistleblower is saying, right? To circumvent the cap. It should be noted that the Clippers owner, Steve Ballmer, was a major investor in Aspiration Partners to the tune of $50 million. My thing is, if I am doing a scam, right? If I am doing a scam, I'm going to make sure Kawhi gets the $28 million. Because the reason why Torre found out about it is because Kawhi's LLC was listed as somebody that they was owed money to. That's the only reason why he made that connection. Because Kawhi was not paid the money. So look, the deal paid Kawhi Leonard from 2022 onwards, with the final payment set to be made in 2026. So what did the Clippers gain from the opening up the additional $7 million over this time? Essentially, they sweetened the pot on Kawhi Leonard's max contract to incentivize him to re-sign with the Clippers. Hold on, I do got another call. Let me answer this call. Hello, caller. State your name. Where you calling from?
It's Keith from ATL.
Hey, salute, Keith. Now, Keith, my numbers got deleted again, so that's why I don't got nobody's numbers no more. But man, it's great hearing from you, brother. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. How about yourself?
Can't complain, man. Just working, putting the work in, man. A little tired, but I'm ready to work.
I hear that. I had a couple of things I wanted to say. First on damn, I got something to say and can't think of the man's name. Kawhi. I believe he got paid 3 years of that 28 million. I think they owe him 7 left, but he got 21 of it already. He was getting $7 million a year in 4 payments, like 1.25 or something every 4 months. He was getting that money from them. They filed bankruptcy and listed him as one of the debts that they owe that had to be paid. I think where they go really get him at is the stipulation, that little clause in there saying that he can get paid under any circumstance. The only circumstance that would void that contract is if he no longer plays for the Clippers. I think that's where the real stink is going to come up, and people are going to question it. And if you think about it, how can you not? If that's the only thing that you can do to get canceled from this contract is leave the Clippers, how are you not supposed to think the Clippers have something to do with this contract?
Right. So you said they gave him 7. I'm trying to see
yeah, that was a 4-year deal. That 28 million was paid over 4 years, and it was started in like 22.
Right.
Yeah,
it started in 22.
25. It's 2025 now. He's already gotten paid several years. Like this was the last year that they owe. That's why if you look at the thing, it says they owe him $7 million. Out of that 28, they only owe him 7 more. That's for this last year.
Okay.
He already got 21.
All right, I'm gonna look into that because
I'm 95% sure. I'm never gonna say 100, but unless I know for a fact that it's on me. But I'm 95% sure he got 3 of the 4 years of that endorsement deal has gone by. They only owe him 7 of that 28. And
so you said in the contract it stated that if he left the team.
Yeah, there's a clause in his contract. The only thing that can void that contract is him somehow leaving the Clippers. That's the only thing that voids that contract. So when you have clauses like that, I mean, even in the contract that they gave him that he signed, it's not even in there. There's no legal writing in the contract that mandates him do anything. They even say it's like written out there, upon request from Aspire, if we request you do this, you can always say no. It's pretty much, I mean, it doesn't say that verbatim, but I mean, that's the language of the contract basically says that you don't have to do anything. We can ask you to do this, we can ask you to do that, but you don't have to do anything. What kind of contract is that? And he got paid more than Leonardo DiCaprio.
Nah, you're right. And I got the article that showed that they owed him $7 million. Hold on, let me put this on the screen. This is from Al Jazeera. Hold on. Don't ask me why I had to go all the way there to get it, but yeah, I got it. Okay. So they owed Kawhi $7 million, his LLC $7 million. But they also owed the Clippers $20 million.
Mm-hmm. The original investment from Ballmer was 50, and that came in 2021 or 2022. The original investment was for 50, and then
we got it right here. Yep.
And then very shortly after that investment, the Kawhi contract comes up.
Right, and I also see here that it was $30 million that they owed the Clippers $30 million, and Kawhi's LLC was owed $7 million.
Off of a $28
I don't know. I mean,
contract.
But the thing about it is, the reason why even with that being said, the reason why I don't think that there's circumvention here is because, one, Ballmer doesn't control the company. He only had a 4% stake in the company, right? So yes, I get it. You saying there's a contract that said that if he left the Clippers, that's crazy. That'll work against him. Work against them. They come up with that contract that says that. What we do have is the whistleblower, the anonymous whistleblower that he's the one that's really proposing this whole Kawhi narrative that Pablo came up with.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see. Now,
employee, so you never know if it's an employee with an axe to grind.
Right.
And when it's always an ex-employee, believe me, whether it's legitimate or not, you can best believe that that's going to be the narrative.
No, 100%.
The grown employee with an axe to grind or whatever.
100%.
Whether or not there's any penalties or any severe or substantial penalties. First of all, there's no penalty you can give him financially that's going to do anything to him. They can't fine him enough to make him do that. And everybody remember this, just like baseball, when Steve Cohen bought the Mets, the owners were all in an uproar about him buying them. First, they tried to let A-Rod and J-Lo buy the damn team before they wanted Cohen to buy it, because they didn't want him to come in because he had too much money.
Too much power. Yep, too much money. Yep.
There was an actual negotiation on that one where he pretty much, I don't think it was written down, but he pretty much gave a handshake agreement to all the owners that, look, the first couple of years, I'm not going to come in doing that shit. And he didn't.
Right.
The CBA, these aprons came around after Ballmer bought Phoenix, because it's the same thing. They know that he has, if it's just a money thing and you just pay a luxury tax, this dude will have an all-star team out there.
Exactly.
Because he can pay everybody. That's where the aprons came in. The aprons came in because of Ballmer. If it wasn't
because
for Steve
Ballmer came in.
Right. If it wasn't for Steve Ballmer, there would be no aprons. There wouldn't be. We'd still be going the same way we were doing. There might be heavier taxes or whatever, but we wouldn't have these restrictions that they put in to make it so that you can't have another Heatles type team, or you can't have one for long. That's the only reason these aprons came in, is just because they're trying to put restraints on, or they're trying to restrain owners like Steve Ballmer, who has more money than any two of those owners have combined.
Yeah. 180 billion. That's why I was like, I don't know if he would play this game right on this level when he's worth so much, but there's no guarantees either way. So like if the NBA comes in and clears them, it doesn't mean there was no foul play. It just means the NBA can't prove there was foul play.
Exactly.
So I'm leaning on the side that they're innocent because I feel like I just think that Ballmer is just a more shrewd businessman, and I can't see him trying to circumvent the league like this. I think if he's going to circumvent the league, I think it would be something that he has more control of.
Look at the bylaws for it, because I looked this up because I was I was pretty much on the same line of thinking that you're on. This is what kind of swayed me. If you look at the penalty for them getting caught doing that now, they're only gonna lose one pick. They'll get a fine.
Hold on, I do got that too. Hold on, let me pull
They
that
will
up.
lose one pick. It ain't gonna get severe until it happens multiple times. If they get caught, this is technically their first offense. The worst that's gonna happen is a monetary fine and one draft pick. Why wouldn't he do it?
Right.
Why wouldn't he do it?
Right.
It's not like they're giving them the death penalty or nothing like that. They can't force him to check. They can't force him to sell the team.
Right.
Not for that.
Not for that. Right.
The most they're gonna do is find them some money and take away a first round pick. One. That's it.
I got it somewhere.
To be able to
Damn,
secure,
I just lost it.
And if you look at it from that standpoint, why wouldn't he do it? If that's the worst that's gonna happen to him, why wouldn't he?
No, I mean, no.
Especially if they don't void the contract.
100%.
And be honest with you, he's probably like, hell, I hope they do void the contract.
Right. Well, the reason why this is different from the Joe Smith case is because there isn't another contract that is signed directly with the Clippers. Remember, Joe Smith had the two contract. He said, we're going to sign you for the minimum joint. And then we're going to sign you to another.
They did that 3 years in a row just to get his bird rights so that they could sign him to a big one. That was a completely different scenario, though.
A completely different scenario. So in this case, I don't think you could avoid the Kawhi deal because that has nothing to do with aspiration. Now, like you said, they could find him guilty of the circumvention and hit him with the penalties, which I just had up here. I don't know what I did with it, but
they ain't nothing in comparison to what he was allowed to get away with, even if they do get him.
That's a fact.
Let's think about it. We can be realistic from the Jalen Brunson thing too. First of all, I think that was pretty stupid. That's pretty stupid that we even got caught up with the collusion thing in Jalen Brunson's case, only because of simple realities. The man is his father. Yes. One of the people involved is his father. The other person, one of the people involved is his godfather. And the other person involved, he's known since he was able to walk. They eat dinner together. They spend holidays together. They take vacations together. You don't think they're going to talk about this? That's an unrealistic expectation for any human being. It just is. And what dude, if you have a very good relationship with your father, which he obviously has, why wouldn't he want to go play for his dad?
Right.
You know, so us getting caught with the tampering, I think they realized the worst they could do that first of all, it's a ridiculous scenario in the first place, which is why we only got charged a second rounder. If it was really that bad of a collusion situation, why didn't we lose a first round?
Well, hold on. No, but check this out. No, there is one of the penalties is severe. Remember, the T-Wolves lost 5 first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a severe penalty.
That was under the CBA during that time. This new CBA, the penalty that he gets under this new CBA is 1 draft pick.
They took out the multiple picks?
That happens on multiple offenses now. First time offense, you're getting 1 pick. Look it up. You the research man. I know you're gonna find that.
So if that's the case, then I don't think the NBA gonna do nothing. It don't make no sense.
That's what I'm saying. I think that he's going to, like, whether he did it or not, I don't think there's gonna be any real backlash from it. Right. And even if there was, the backlash that could come from it is basically a pinprick to this man. It's nothing he's even going to notice. That's not going to bother him. Okay, we lost the pick. Yeah, but I got the guy I wanted for the next 4 years.
Right.
We lost the pick, though.
That makes sense. I just think that this would be a stupid way to circumvent it, right? To put your trust in a third-party company that, you know, completely. If I was him, the $180 billion guy, I think I would be way more crafty.
I
way
agree.
More crafty.
I agree. How do you give a company? The only reason this is even coming to light is because they had to file bankruptcy.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's the only reason any of this coming out, because the company had to file bankruptcy. So
right.
that's the part that's wild to me. I'm like, if you're going to do something like that, how do you let the company you're doing this with get you in a position like this?
Yeah, that would make that part.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, you gave him 50 mil. You gave him 50 mil. That's documented. We know you gave him 50 mil.
Right.
To keep all this out of the headlines, what's another 20 to you?
Facts.
If they that foreign, if they that messed up with the money, then say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna send my money guy over there. Y'all don't buy nothing else until we sign off on it, but we're gonna take care of this.
Right.
But somebody else is coming in to run the books.
But they were scamming, so you know when you scamming like that, you know that's why Obama got up out of there. 2023, they said, oh, we've it's good written. Like we ain't trying to be a part. But that's what they said. They said, but at the same time, it would make sense to get away from these guys once you find some foul play going on.
Yeah, but at least get your guy out of it before you do that. Like, if that's the case, just like you found a sneaky way to get Kawhi to 28, find another sneaky way to get him the last 7 and get him up out of there before this turns to comes to a head.
Right. Nah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real.
Sense.
If you
went
sense. Through all of that, I just don't understand how you let it get to this point.
But you know what? Now you're sort of convincing me. You got me thinking about the other side, because this is level-headed Knicks talk, right? So if he is this dumb to put up the $50 million in a company like this, he might be this dumb to actually try to circumvent the league like that. Because I'm trying to give him credit. Maybe I'm looking at the windows and I'm giving him too much credit.
When he get up in the morning, he put on one sock at a time, just like you. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm not a billionaire by any stretch, but I'm around a whole lot of them.
Right.
And what I do, I'm around a whole lot of them. And it would amaze you how regular a wealthy person can be. It would astonish you how regular, how absolutely nothing extraordinary can be found in some of these people with all this money. Nothing.
Facts.
Nothing. Some of them just have a stronger work ethic, and quite frankly, some of them just in the right place at the right time with the right niche.
Right. So okay. So you think this guy Pablo,
a bag of rocks?
Do you think this guy Pablo really has some extra details about JB?
If he's got anything on JB, I don't think it would be from the signing that got him to New York. If there's going to be anything, it would be them finding something from him signing the extension early.
Well, that's not what. So on the interview, he made reference to the initial signing. He didn't say the the re-up.
Right, and I think I just when I was talking about what happened with the original collusion case, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's anything left for that. If there's anything to be found on JB's behalf, it would be off the early extension, not off the collusion. They've already, hell, first of all, again, I don't think that you could even consider that collusion with the parties involved in that scenario. It's a birthright. It's how are you gonna tell a man not to talk to his father at Thanksgiving?
But that's why it was a slap on the wrist. We're going to take away the second round pick, not even the first pick.
No,
they take away the second round pick, and then we'll find you $250,000.
Exactly, because we know it's going to happen, and we're fools. We can't even justify smacking y'all as hard as we want to smack y'all. Really, Cuban, it's your fault. You could have signed them for $55 million.
That's a fact.
For 4 years, 8 months ago. You chose to let him get to free agency.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And you don't think he's gonna go want to play with his father? He said he would have signed for $55 million in January.
Facts. And then when you didn't even have the conversation with him, he said, "Okay, all
right. now Pops is involved. When I'm a free agent,
Pops just signed the Knicks
now.
Wait, Pops just became a coach of the Knicks. Oh man.
Yeah. No, we good. I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and test free agency. I'm good.
Yeah. I want to see Pablo drop it, man.
That's what I'm saying.
See him drop it, man. Drop that info.
Yeah, please drop it, because there's nothing that he really could drop about JB coming to New York. Now, if there's a side deal where Dolan says, you know what, hey, check this out, man. I'm gonna have Cablevision sign you up as a sponsor.
That'd be stupid. That'd be just straight dumb.
You gonna get that $100 million? We just gonna do it this way.
Yeah,
gonna get a brand deal with it. If that happened, then that would be something new to drop. I don't think there's anything Pablo could put out there.
I don't think that
JB actually coming to the Knicks. It's
facts.
Like I said,
he said that the enemies of Jalen Brunson want me to drop this, and I'm trying to think the enemies of Brunson. The only people that could be enemies of Brunson is Dallas.
But
how real is that? But how real is that beef when Mark Cuban's on his podcast? How real is that beef?
And he no longer holds control and interest of the team.
Yeah, he's no longer there. They got Cooper Flag. They ain't thinking about Brunson.
No, that's over with. That lick is over with. They're done with that.
Facts,
so I don't know who his I don't know who his so-called enemies could be.
I don't have no clue.
Yeah, we've never heard, now you may have. I've never personally heard or read anything that players around the league had any sort of discontent or issues or beef with Brunson. From what I hear, everybody that says his name says it in such high regard, and everybody like him. So
yeah, I can't even think. I can't even think, because it's not like Brunson was only a free agent one time with Dallas, so it's not like he did some other teams. He's only been with Dallas and the Knicks.
Yeah. He got love at Nova. It's not like he said, "I'm not gonna play for this team," or "I'm not gonna play for this team." He didn't get picked to the second round. Everybody had a chance to get him.
Right.
Hell, I think Milwaukee had a chance to get him twice.
Right. Unless the enemies are Julius Randle.
You know what? It's funny you say that, because for a quick second, I thought Dante and Julius might have.
Not Dante. I don't think Dante got problems but Julius.
Dante might have problems with Daddy Brunson, though.
They said they squad. They had Thanksgiving. Yeah. I don't know. But Randall though.
Yeah, very well. That could be Randall and his wife.
They were boys. They all were part of the mafia.
Yeah.
Hey, I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen. Oh, yeah. I was in the office when they dropped they came with a briefcase with $20 million.
Yeah. They said, just sign this early and take this with you when you walk out the door.
We got a cash advance. I took a picture.
This contract. And when you get to the Range Rover, don't open the trunk when you get home.
Yo, that's hilarious. Yo, that's the only enemy I could think of. Realistically.
It could be. Yeah, he could be on some y'all. I know I wasn't in the room, but hey, man.
Hey, man, we are part of the mafia. We got the same agent.
Yeah, people.
My agent left CAA. My agent left CAA and went to remember when Randall went to another company that year?
Yep.
I can't remember the name of the company. But
it was a smaller independent guy.
Right. He was down with CAA, but he left, so he followed him. So, man, you just never know, man.
Hey, man.
You never know.
Hey, I wasn't in the room, but I had a fly on the wall that heard the whole shit, man. The whole thing.
Man, so man, any other thing you want to touch on, man? You hit it out the park with the Kawhi. You gave me some other things to think about with Kawhi. I give you that 100%.
Well, that was the intent of the call, just to get the other side of the other side of the possibilities. That's all. Because
Oh,
I was with you thinking that
one
same
question.
thing. Yeah.
One question. Melo, you know, the old report, well, not report, the old statements were resurfaced with Walt Clyde saying that, you know, Melo shouldn't have his jersey retired, not because of hate, but because,
No.
you know, he didn't win the championship and how he's regarded. And, you know, Oakley and those guys are not there. So what's your thoughts? You know, first ballot Hall of Famer, should he have his jersey in the rafters?
I believe I don't agree with size 9 as it relates to
Okay.
his accomplishments.
Mhm.
I will say that, in my opinion, I felt like this from since the time it was happening when he went and took the damn free agent meeting with the Bulls. I
Right.
said it since from then. It's both of y'all fault, Phil Jackson and Carmelo Anthony. It is that they in my opinion they have equal not blame, but equal responsibility for the fiasco that was that era, while we became laughing stocks because neither one of them could figure a way to work with the other. But all that being said, if they don't have Allen Houston and Bernard King in the Raptors, nah, man, I'm sorry. I love
Mm.
Melo. I was rocking with Melo his freshman year in Syracuse. He amazed me how he was able to take the Syracuse to the national title. I was a big fan of Melo. But the reality is, if Allen Houston ain't up there, if Bernard King ain't up there, how is Melo getting up there?
You know, I'm not mad at it. Like if they wanted to put Bernard up there, Houston up there, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I wouldn't either. But I'm
Yeah, I
saying
wouldn't
you
be
can't
opposed
put
to it.
Melo up there if you don't already have those guys. Now I'm not saying that the what's the expectations may be a little too high, considering we ain't won a damn title in over 50 years.
See that
The,
part.
the expectations may be a little high, but the expectations being what they are, as far as the litmus test that it clearly takes for you to get a number retired up in the Garden, he ain't reach it. Because
So
everybody up in that Raptors have a couple of things in common. A lot of wins.
okay, so Ewan got the All NBA first team and the finals appearance. You could say 2, but it's really 1 because he didn't play
Really
in the
won.
'99
Nah,
finals.
and even if he played in 99, we wouldn't beat in San Antonio with that team. So even if
You
he
don't think
hadn't
so?
gotten hurt, no, we'd have won another game. We might have even pushed him to 7, but I don't think we beat Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Tony Parker.
Yeah, that they were
That
machines. They
yeah,
won like 45. It was some crazy
on
amount, like
a shortened
42.
season.
Yeah, they won like 42 out of the like 40 something games. It was a crazy
Yeah,
stat they
it was a
had.
ridiculous.
They
Yeah, we
yeah,
weren't doing. All
yeah.
Patrick would have done was made it more respectable and probably a little bit more heartbreaking. But
So
that was the best team in the league that year.
okay, so all right. So all right. Yeah, I'm not mad, you know, you winning the Raptors. So okay. I respect it, man. I just was curious to see what your take was, man.
I'm just saying, I don't. It's not that I don't agree. It's not that I don't. I
Right.
wouldn't necessarily have a problem with his number being up there, as long as the other guys that have done just as much, if not more, in most cases, more, they ain't up there.
I feel you. I feel you, man.
I
All right,
mean,
man. Keith. Man, Keith, I appreciate you, my brother. If you ain't
yep.
got nothing else to share, I do
Nah,
appreciate the
everybody.
call.
Have a great night. I appreciate you. I appreciate you and what you do. I enjoy listening, even though a lot of times lately, every time I catch you lately, I've been behind the wheel. So
Oh,
all I can do is
you're on the move.
I've been either behind the wheel or on a roof or in a crawl space, but
Nah, that's what's up.
it's just places where all I can do is listen. So keep
Hey,
up the
man.
good work, man. We appreciate it, and everybody be safe.
All right, man. Salute, man. That's my man Keith, man, out of the ATL. I do got another caller. Hopefully I get this guy back on the line. Keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389. Caller 475. I'm calling you back. Hello, caller.
Hey, Karan, this is Fritz.
Hey, Fritz, man. Once again, the numbers are not saved because I lost all my numbers, man. But what's going on, Fritz? I see you in the chat, man. I'm assuming you got something you would like to share.
Oh no, a few things like the
Okay.
the whole Kawhi thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they I seen the interview. Actually, I seen the Pablo Torre part,
Right.
and like he pretty much proved it. But there's like no smoking gun. There's no one saying I'm doing this expressly to do this.
Right.
You know, it all adds up, but nobody said that's why they did it.
Right.
So I think eventually I think it's gonna be like a fine, a huge fine. I think it might even be like $1 million fine. Like I think it'll be a huge fine. But I don't think they're gonna lose draft picks.
Right. Well, Keith said that they changed the rules, so you can't lose more than one first round pick. So even if they lose a pick, it's just one first round pick. You know, it's not like 5 like how Minnesota lost it when they had the Joe Smith
Yeah,
debacle.
I don't know about that one. I don't know where that rule come from.
Yeah.
But circumventing the cap, they say it's cardinal sin. So it's up there.
It's
with
not.
gambling.
It is a cardinal sin, but the penalties are not. I mean, if you're not losing the 5 picks, the $7.5 million is nothing.
I know, but they could take ownership away from you. They like you're just a guardian. They can take your franchise away from you, just how they took Donald Sterling's away from him. They could take it.
So you think they would take if they had like, all right, so because Keith was saying,
I don't think it rises to that level.
You don't think so? But no, but I think that if they have the contract where it says that he has to stay with the Clippers, I think that that's a smoking gun right there. Like if there's a contract where it says in order to stay with aspiration, you have to be with the Clippers, that's the gun right there.
No, but they need someone saying it. It's like saying this is why we're giving you the money. And that's just not in there. Like it's inferred. Like you can connect the dots, but nobody's saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I thought that it was weak, and I thought that they probably would get off because of what you just said. And then just because they do get off doesn't mean they're innocent. I just was at the time when I first looked at it, I didn't realize that Kawhi also got $20 million already. I thought that he might have got, maybe one of the first year or the second year. I didn't realize he already got 3 of the years.
Actually,
So
the funny part of it, even though they got bankrupt, he still gets paid. Like it's like one of the first things they pay out. So it's like he still gets paid just $20 million. The investment part he don't get back.
Right.
So they gave him like $20 million in stock, and that part he'll never get back because the company went out of business. But the rest of it, they still have to pay him, even though they went out of business.
Man, and the guy already admitted to the fraud too. That's another thing I forgot to tell Keith. The guy admitted to doing the fraud. He defrauded $249 million worth.
Yeah. So like everybody got kind of screwed. Like
right.
But basically what the Clippers did is they paid into Kawhi. So they gave them 50 and 40 something went to Kawhi. So like he paid someone to pay him, basically.
Right.
This is something that's going on for a long time.
I believe definitely is definitely going on.
But
100%.
Maybe not that way. Like, but
no,
I know.
But
like,
yeah, for sure, 100%.
Definitely. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they're gonna get into that with Jalen Brunson because.
Yes. So do you think that there's something there? Because remember, we gotta keep it in mind that he spoke about the initial signing, not the re-sign, not the $100 million sacrifice. He said he had more to what they already was found guilty for.
But you know what? I think he's gonna show how messy it is, but
Okay.
because how messy it is, it still's not anything wrong with it.
Right.
I
Right.
I think it can come to a point where the league is saying, maybe say, hey, that CAA connection thingy, we're gonna have to like put some rules here. I think,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, because it's too it's like everybody dealing cards, but everybody sees everybody in. Like you don't
Right.
go to court and hire the defense attorney as the prosecutor. Like you don't. It's unfair. Like it's unfair. Like
Right.
you
No,
you
you
can't talk
you
to your free agent, but you could talk.
100% right.
You can't talk to the free
But
agent.
remember, he left his position.
Yeah.
He left CA. Leon Rose left CA.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's still there, even though his son is there.
But it's a gray area.
Right.
If CAA and the Knicks are one, they're just talking across the board to each other. Even if they don't talk to Jalen Brunson, they just talk to someone across the street who talks to Jalen Brunson.
Right.
Like,
right. Right. Which is
and
his son.
And it's not illegal.
Hey son. Yeah, Jalen. We need Jalen to take another $50 million sacrifice. All right,
Yeah.
Pops, I get it done. I mean, like, unless you're gonna stop nepotism, which they can't, because it exists in all different facets of the league. You know, you got LeBron playing with his son. You know, like it's like I don't know how matter of fact, what was the last guy that got, because you deal with the salary cap stuff. So was that the Warriors where somebody's son he left the job? He left the team to do his own thing. Can't remember if that was the Warriors. But you be like, if you go through the league, you're gonna see all types of father, son, daughter, all interwoven. So I don't know if they could do anything about it. I think they could just try to do these little fines and stuff.
They're talking about breaking the rules. If anything,
Mm-hmm.
he would bring up would be he kept asking Dallas for the contract. And mid-year, Dallas was like, "Okay, we'll give you the contract," and then Jalen Brunson's like, "Nah, too late."
Too late. My dad going to the Knicks, so I'm going to the Knicks.
No, because he kept asking them, and I think January he said, "Yeah." He started playing, a lot out doing his contract. And he said, "Okay, we'll sign you." He's like, "Nah, too late. I'll wait till the summer."
Yeah,
I think that's maybe the part he's gonna maybe try to put out there, because everything else is, it's ugly, but it's above board.
Right, but I think the league knows that. I like whatever he's gonna put out. I think the league pretty much probably knows. It's just that we don't know because the league didn't put it out. So like that, to bring it back to that point, right? It's safe to assume that his dad knew he was going to get a job, right? And Leon and they all together. It's a network. So I'm going to be the assistant coach this summer. I know my dad. My dad is going to get the job, right? The Knicks have money. Okay, there's going to be a conversation. So when he said to the Mavs, like, okay, all right, we're going to talk about it I already been talking to my dad. He already got the job lined up. So yeah, it'd probably be more details that we didn't get because the NBA didn't, they're not going to release it.
That wasn't the first time Knicks tried that. Knicks tried that with Triple J.
Right,
Triple J like a year before that.
Right. Right.
It didn't quite work out, but they tried it.
No, but they tried it. So, Pablo have fun, but he's trying to, the enemies of Jalen. Like, you see, like, anytime I see somebody talking about like they expose and they're like investigating kind of journalism kind of people, I kind of give them like a little, like I take them a little less, not serious, but credible.
Yeah.
Because his brand is about exposing. Yeah, his brand is about exposing, and I'm finding out. I come under the name of the pod, but it's about exposing the secrets and so you got to be careful with people like that, right?
Yeah, he needs to be careful because like people, they might not like you, like,
Facts.
and especially if it isn't, if he don't have him dead to rights
Right.
and he's just is insinuating, that'd be bad for him. Like, don't insinuate something if someone ain't say it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't insinuate he did something wrong when you can't prove it.
Why don't you talk about the other things that wasn't already found guilty? Like the Knicks was already found, the league found the Knicks guilty of that. So why not pull up something that hasn't been exposed, like Kawhi? Like let's talk about that. Like, why would we focus on something like, it's not like, all right, so we was already charged for the crime. They're not going to charge us again for the same crime.
Yeah,
Like,
we already lost the second round pick
right,
for that.
right, and paid the
So,
little measly $250K.
When I heard it, I thought it was for the extension.
No, and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I listened to it like 3 times just to make sure I was clear. The little clip, he said that when he was first signing with the Knicks, there's things that, you know, other things that
Yeah.
that'll raise your eyebrows, so to
Yeah.
speak.
I don't think it's about, that whole summer thing. Everybody knew the Knicks were showing up to people's games.
Right.
I think it was before that. I think it's
Right.
I think it's when that period of time when Jalen stopped asking for the contract and he said, "Never mind, I'm gonna wait till the summer."
Right. Right. And you know that there was some calculation in Rick Brunson getting the job too,
Yeah.
to further seal the deal. Like, once your dad is the coach, come on, dude. Like, it, just that alone, because that didn't just happen when he got hired. They've been talking about that, about bringing him to the staff. Like, it's yeah, okay. There may be some details we didn't know.
Yeah,
that's cute, but expose something real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Show me the other circumvention that we don't have no idea about, like this Kawhi. Let's come up with another Kawhi.
Yeah.
Now you show me some, or like you said, show me about the sacrifice. Show me he got $100 million from Dunkin' Donuts or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, there's some deals that, like, these players get with CAA. That's pretty good.
No,
like,
of course.
Like,
of course.
Jalen Brunson owns part of Catalina Crunch. You know what I mean? He owns, like, yeah, that's how a lot of these deals do happen. Like,
but that's good business though. Now we're gonna penalize people for doing, like, come on, man. We can't.
Nah.
If you can't tie Dolan to that, you don't got the case, because that's what my agent's supposed to do. I'm supposed to get paid.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought maybe it had to do with, like, the extension or even the future, because like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now you're showing us something.
I look at his current deal. I'm like, okay, that's a handshake.
Hell yeah.
Give me the chip. Get me the chip.
Right. Get me the check.
And everybody get a check.
But look, that would be wise though. Like, let's say Dolan did have, I might read that once again. Let me put the disclaimer up for myself. I'm not saying they did this, but it would be wise to, like, disguise it through legitimate businesses. Like, hey, out of nowhere, you're getting a $50 million deal here. Another, that would make sense to me. But there will be no way to prove it, right? Like, because it's not tied to the organization. So that's why I don't think Ballmer. I don't think Ballmer is that dumb. But hey, he might be that dumb.
Or somebody on his staff convinced him to do it. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm just saying, man, like, if I'm going to give a situation where I have no control of, I'm going to also have my money in that same company that my star player is getting money out of, I think that's just too risky. That's just, I think, but that's me.
But it wasn't like Ballmer was greedy. His uncle was asking for all this. His uncle
which they was investigated. They investigated that. The leagues, that's another thing that I didn't talk to Keith about. The league investigated the Clippers already. They didn't find no foul play. with that, with the uncle
So
and stuff like that.
so we know like he been looking for advantages and all kinds of stuff. Like yeah, this I mean stuff going like even we have the net scandal. You know
Okay,
what I mean? We had the net scandal when they was paying for all the side pieces
right.
and all the apartments and basically like a big slush fund for the
I remember
players.
that. I remember
Like
that. I
oh,
don't remember the details, but I do remember that.
but yeah, I was talking to Lee about it the other day, and we were going through the article, and basically the Nets is like whatever makes the players comfortable.
Right,
So you got a side piece, we'll get her an apartment.
right.
Um, you your girl want to whatever, we'll put her on a
Oh
plane.
man.
Like so, it was like an open credit card for like players to just get random stuff. They said the players was like paying almost nothing out of pocket.
And that stuff right there, if you can't report it to the league, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble, dog. The league needs to know about all of that. If you're doing stuff that the league can't know about, this is between us. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
So I mean, it goes on. Like, who was it? What's his name? The one with the podcast. He was talking about how one of his contracts, like, I think the team only had only a certain amount of money,
Okay.
and basically he got a couple like equal contracts, and he went to one spot, and the team was like, you like the. He came in, and he's like, yo, you like those cars downstairs? He said, you signed these cars are yours.
Was that Gil that said that?
That was Gil. He said, yeah. He said there was like
Right.
he said there were like 4 luxury cars downstairs. He said,
Yes.
yeah, you like you like those cars? Yeah, you signed this contract today. Those cars are yours.
Right. Right. Yeah, I remember he said that. Yeah. Hey man, I mean, if the league didn't know about that, that could be problematic, man. Because that's what circumvention is. You going around the league and you're not getting the approval, and we need to know to make sure that this is, above board, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know, man. I got my eye on this Pablo guy. I'm gonna be watching him because, if nothing comes from this Kawhi thing, bro, you shot a dud. You shot a dud, bro.
I think something definitely gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be anything huge, but
Okay.
I think it's gonna be $1 million fine.
I would love to see that contract from Aspiration, where they said if you leave the clip, because I'm telling you, if that's in that contract, that's the evidence right there.
He showed it. He showed it in there.
It's in there. So
It's
why
in
not?
there.
Okay, I'll find it. I'll get it. But okay, so if that's in there, oh yeah, so I'm with you then. Then they're gonna be guilty.
Yeah. So basically,
You can't do that.
They're gonna give him a big old fine and basically, slap on the wrist. The NBA,
Sure, well, yeah,
the NBA don't
definitely.
even want to investigate it themselves. They don't want to be, because it's in their interest to let the Clippers go.
Right.
But they know if
That's what I thought they were gonna do it. But that's what I thought they were gonna do it. But you saying they got the contract, so
yeah, if they go too soft on the Clippers and then they find something else from somebody else that's just as bad, then they gotta go soft on the next guy. So they gotta. I don't think they want to be able to. They can't have their hands in this one. They got to leave it up to the lawyers.
I think that if it's a $7.5 million, I think they'll get the full $7.5 million fine, which is nothing, right? But and then I could see a draft pick too, because that is one of the clear violations, right? If it's tied to a team, like so, if you got a deal and it says that in order for you to have this deal, you have to be a part of this team.
Yeah.
That's considered circumvention as well.
Yeah.
So that is the smoking gun.
You also have to see who got hurt. And in our case, nobody got hurt. Only
right.
Nobody got hurt. In the case of the Clippers, the Lakers got hurt. Because they both had the money
Mm-hmm.
and he somehow ends up on the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
So Lakers
Interesting.
are the like the hurt party. So I think the penalty has to
Good
be more
point.
severe.
Right. That's why I think they will lose a draft pick. I think so. I think, you guys talking to you and talking to Keith, y'all convinced me that yeah, it's coming out of the pipe. Because I didn't realize the contract said that. I don't know why I didn't catch that part, but if the contract said that, then there's
Yeah,
no
they said
I mean,
because they were looking at it and it's like, what is the only reason why is there any clauses that they can just void the contract? Like a lot using in contract, hey, you do something really bad or morality,
mm-hmm,
you do something crazy,
right,
you get arrested, we can tear it up. And the
right.
only thing in there that they can tear it up is if you leave the Clippers.
That's wild. I can't believe Balmer would be like so stupid, but hey, just because you got
Yeah.
money doesn't mean you're not stupid.
Yeah. I don't think he's doing the business part of it. I think yeah, maybe it's
Okay,
people in the
somebody
Clippers.
else's, yeah, somebody else. But remember, he still invested 50 million though. Was
Yeah.
that him or was that his guy? It could have been his guys, but you
But I
can't
think
be so high up that
he
you
invested the money. And one thing
right.
about Balmer was so aggressive coming into the league.
Yes.
He was very aggressive. Everybody's like, oh, you got an expansion. You just got a new team. You're second to the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
First thing, we gonna be bigger than the Lakers. I'm gonna build a place bigger than the Lakers.
Yep.
I'm gonna get stars. And like, okay,
Yep.
he wanted it all. He wanted it all now.
He wanted it all now. Yeah, he wasn't trying to play.
And,
He's like, I'm worth over $100 billion. I need everything now. I don't want to. I
like
don't
he's
care
like,
about your process.
yeah, it was his baby. Like he wanted it now, and maybe he rushed it because he was willing to do stuff because he wants it now.
Right. Now that makes
Yeah.
that wow. Yo, you guys convinced me. I see the fine coming. I see it coming, y'all. They
Hmm.
getting fine, boy. It ain't gonna be, of course, it ain't gonna impact them like that, but it's coming now. What does this say about people in the future? Because a lot of this is going on. It's just that they're not dealing with scam companies. So if you're
Yeah.
dealing with a legit business, we would never known about this.
Yeah.
You know,
I think they just gotta be more careful. Knicks are
they
just
will be.
the Knicks are just such a unique case because everybody has the same agency,
Right.
and since they all have the same agency, there's so many things they can see each other's hands, so that
Yes.
you could cheat, and
Right.
there's nothing wrong with it.
It's like you're playing spades and you know what your partner has.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's but I don't know how you can stop it.
You can't.
I don't
Like,
yeah, you can't, because it's
you can't.
nepotism. Like I said, I think it was the Warriors where the son was working in the front office and the son left the company. He left because he wanted to do his own thing. But like every organization, you're going to see somebody's kid or cousin or nephew in that organization doing something. And you could be like, man, this person's not even really qualified.
Yeah.
So, man, so I do want to ask you about the Melo. How do you feel about Melo? The conversation resurfaced with Walt Clyde, where he said that Melo's jersey won't be retired because of how he's looked, right? And the fact that he didn't win the championship. Do you think that Melo should have his jersey retired?
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
He
100%.
should, and I think people are looking back at who didn't get it before,
Yes.
and I don't think it's about that. I think the Knicks, the Knicks, when they had the '90s run, they thought they would bounce back quick, and
Right.
nobody knew there was going to be a drought.
Right.
So they weren't going to put Oakley in the rafters. They weren't going to put all these other people in the rafters because they thought good times were still going to come.
Mm-hmm.
and they should have went. They should have went in there. But the Knicks,
Yeah.
I think they was too confident that good times is going to come again. Like, so they never put them people in the rafters. They should have.
No,
But
you're
Melo
right.
is
You're right.
very clear.
You're right.
But Melo is very clear that he deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I know how you go against the icon. He's a 5-time All-Star starter. You know,
Yeah.
how long back you got to go to get 5 players if you add them up to have 5 All-Star starts
Mhm.
in the Knicks uniform? You know,
He took a lot of bullets for the Knicks. Like he took
he
a lot
took
of
a
bullets.
lot of bullets, man. I mean, and then people, I feel like salute to my man Keith and to people like Size 9 in the chat. I feel like you guys underestimate Phil Jackson's damage, and you put more of the blame on Melo. Like Melo is the cause of it. Melo's just a player. He can't trade nobody. He can't sign nobody. He has to do what's in front of him, and so yeah, it's crazy.
I think the genius of Melo is we were bad. The Nets were good, and the Nets would never gain traction in New York because Melo was there. Melo kept us on the back page.
Facts.
And they couldn't, even though they were good, they couldn't take over because Melo was there.
Nah, 100%, 100%. Yeah,
So,
Melo
like,
played a big role.
So I mean, the organization owes him a lot, like like they owe him a lot because right now Nets could be the hot team in New York, and they've never been the hot team in New York.
Right. Nah, that's a fact.
Yeah, they let Melo down. It was supposed to be a big three. It was supposed to be a big three the whole time, and it ended up being Melo and whoever showed up.
Right.
And he kept plugging along, even though he never got his guys. He never asked to leave.
Nope. Wanted to be a Knick.
For that, like, he deserves it, even though he didn't accomplish. The Knicks.
Right.
The Knicks didn't do their part. They didn't do.
No, hell no. Hell no. And he even wanted to retire a Knick.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to bring him back that year.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so, because he was in the Jalen Brunson era. But he's a Knick through and through. I think you have to retire him.
Yeah.
But
and I think Dolan really wants to put another like Hall of Famer, like claim. That's like a Hall of Famer he can claim. What was the last time he
Hell
claimed
yeah.
a Hall of Famer?
That's the only one right now, because I'm not sure if is Amari in the Hall of Fame? Was going?
Who?
Amari?
Amari is not.
He's not, right?
He's not a Hall of Famer, and he's not a top 75.
But definitely not top 75. But I'm trying to think if he might make it to the Hall of Fame. That would probably be the only other one he'll claim right now, unless until Brunson and those guys retire.
Yeah,
but
Amari's a son, like in everybody's eyes. So,
yeah, he definitely is a son. Nah, that's true. He was the first team on the Suns. Yeah.
So I think Melo is gonna go in. Like this retirement, they're not really talking about Melo's retiring as a Knick or retiring. They're just kind of just saying Melo. They're not saying a team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe it's not going to happen this year. Maybe next year, I think you'll see his jersey retire.
Yeah, they got to schedule it within the very near future.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be 5 years shouldn't go by.
Yeah, they usually schedule it in the summer, like in the summer for the year. So the schedule already came out, so you already know it's not happening this year.
That's fine, but next year, make sure y'all team listen. MSG, get it right, get it right. That man needs to be up in there. He represented, so I'm riding with it, man. But yo, thank you, Fritz. I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you for changing my mind. This is why this is level-headed Knicks talk, man. I'm willing to be, persuaded, and I'm willing to change my mind. based off the evidence, man.
Yeah. All right. It was great talking to you.
All right, Fritz. Have a good night, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, no problem.
That was my man Fritz from the NBA Economy Show, which I'm going to be on that show very soon. Salute to Mellow Mike in the building. Mellow Mike, if you can, call up Mellow Mike. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. HRM says everybody gets audited every year. Facts. Hold on, I think. Hold on. Was this Keith calling back? Keith, if this is you, Keith, I'm gonna try to get you back on the line. Now, this is a different number.
Hello?
Hey, hello, caller. State your name. Oh, this is Keith?
Yeah, I was calling
Okay.
when Fritz was on. Because
Okay.
y'all had mentioned something about Steve Ballmer. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody remembered the situation with Steve Ballmer and how the league ended up taking his team from him. If y'all remember, the Clippers weren't even going to play.
Right.
They had boycotted, the whole team sat out, and they were
Yes.
calling off games and things of that nature. So plus what he did, obviously, the blatant racism, obviously. But I'm saying the NBA was in a no-win situation. It's not the same with Ballmer. They don't have to take his team. They had to get I forget his name now.
Sterling.
Yeah, they had to get Sterling out there. Otherwise, they weren't going to have a team to play.
Right.
They had to get him out. So that was a little different scenario because I remember Fritz bringing up they could take his team from him. They could.
Okay.
They could take his team from him. It isn't a offense that they could, if all the governors got together and said, yeah, that's it. They could take it, but this is not what they would take it for. You know what I mean? It would have to be something extremely drastic for them to take a team. And you see what it took for Sterling to lose his. This ain't gonna equate to that. You don't have players that are going to refuse to play for the Clippers because Kawhi got $28 million on the side. That ain't going to happen.
Got it. Right. But he did indicate that they wouldn't take it in this case. But that could be a punishment depending on how severe whatever the case is. But yeah, that was a way different situation when they had to take it from Sterling because you can't be a racist owner for a team full of African Americans. Right. Even if the team was mostly whites, they still would have took it.
Right, black people buy tickets too. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at arena and a good 35-40% of them is black.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you can't do that.
No, he couldn't do that. Not at all.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
just to be clear, I don't think that I said that I don't think Melo deserves to be in the Raptor. I just don't think he will, given past precedent. It's not that I don't think he deserves it.
Right, yeah, no, you said that. You said that.
Okay. I want to make sure because it was said I want to make sure that my opinion is understood. It's not that I don't think he deserves it. I just don't think they'll do it. I think they should, but I don't think they will because they haven't in the past for others who are just as, in my opinion, just as deserving.
No, I got you. Yeah. I never thought that you thought otherwise. It's just that the standard, the high New York Knicks standard, which I'm happy because we might win a championship this year. So let's keep the standards high. I'm not against that.
I'm not
keeping
against
the high
it either,
standard.
but I mean, come on, man, we ain't won one in 50+ years. I mean,
that's why I said let Melo be
that should be up there.
Let Melo and those guys be the exception. Houston, Melo, King. If those three got it, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be mad at it.
Not at all. If they want to give Melo his due and give him his night, and then next week put Allen and the following week put Bernard up there, it don't matter to me. I just think that the other three should be up there as well.
Those three. I think out of anybody else, those three deserve to be up there. What Bernard did in his short time, what he did for the city was spectacular. We know the injuries took him out. And then Houston, the shot, I mean, Houston has so many moments with the Knicks.
Yeah, Houston had a lot of moments with the Knicks. Starks
Yeah.
had a lot of moments with the Knicks. I mean, it's just
Right.
numbers be damned. You know, Oakley, that'll never happen, especially with what's going on with him in Dolan. But Oakley would
Right.
in other teams, I think Oakley's number would be up in the rafters in other places,
100%.
in other buildings.
Yeah, 100%. Right.
That's all.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, the Nets got Collins up there. No offense to Collins.
exactly.
No offense.
Come on, man.
No offense to Collins.
No, I'm just saying
But-
he ain't up there for he's up there for different reasons though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He's not
But-
up there for any sort of basketball accomplishments.
Right. But my point is, you can't get the guys that took you to the finals
Right. Kid ain't
up there. Come
Kid
on.
ain't up there. Martin ain't up there.
Come on.
Hell, Van Horn ain't even up there. Kittles ain't up there. None of those guys are up there.
Come on. What do we talk about?
Those guys took them to back-to-back finals.
Facts.
But I ain't gonna hog up the time. I just wanted to clarify
doubt.
that it's just in case anybody thought that, I thought that Melo didn't deserve to be up there. I was one of the biggest Melo fans. I got 4 of his jerseys. One Denver.
Nah.
and 3
Yeah, I
Knicks
never
jerseys.
thought that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
never thought that. Yeah, I never
think
thought
he
that about you.
absolutely deserves to be up there. Hell, I think JB's going to take his numbers down in very quick order.
Right.
I'm just being real. I think that
that's a
his
fact.
numbers is coming down in quick order. In like 3 seasons, JB will probably have all of it in about 3-4 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Melo
I
was
see
in,
that.
7 years?
I think
7
6.
seasons? 6, 7 seasons?
And he was hurt one of the years.
Yeah.
So he came halfway through one year, and I think he was hurt one of the years.
He was hurt one of the years, and he got banged up the
So
year.
about 6.
The insanity year, he missed a lot of time.
Missed a lot of time.
Year. So
Yep.
I think JB's gonna have the all his numbers will be dropped down. Within the next 2 years, JB is going to surpass him as far as his numbers. Hopefully, he will surpass him as far as impact as well, because I guess, hell, if you think about it, he already has.
I think, yeah. JB, I mean, besides Ewing, I can't think of another Knick post the 70s.
No,
that
I've been
impact.
watching the Knicks since 1983, and
Right.
I actually been watching them since 78, but actually following basketball since
Right.
1983. And there's not been a more impactful player outside of Patrick Ewing
Outside of Ewing.
to put on a Knick jersey in that time. Not one.
100%.
Not one.
Yeah.
No, and it's not even close. It's not even close.
Right.
I'm searching through the data banks. Marbury, no.
No. Love Marbury. Kings County salute.
Loved him. I was jumping up and down when we got him from the Nets. Loved it. The Cloud 9. That didn't work out.
Definitely
David
did not
Lee,
work out.
loved him.
No.
He was what he was.
No.
Nobody. Amari, I loved Amari because he came, and people say he came when nobody else did. No, he came because we paid
Past
him
his
when
prime.
nobody else did.
Past his prime.
Yeah, and half a knee, and we paid him. We paid him way more than anybody else was gonna pay him. But
Yep.
I appreciate him. Randall, love him because he actually came when nobody wanted to be here. So I always respect Randall for that.
But
Always. But no one's close to either of those two.
Yep. 100%.
So
all right, man. All right,
it'll
Keith.
be made right. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to sleep now. Well, not
I got
sleep,
you,
but
Keith.
Getting off the phone.
All right, man. I appreciate you, Keith. Thanks for clarifying it.
All right.
Salute. That's my man, Keith. I think this might be. I don't know who this would be, man. I'm mad I lost my numbers. Let's see who this is. Keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. Hello, caller.
Karan,
Hey, how's
Hello?
it going?
what's up? This is Mellow Mike.
Mellow Mike, I kind of figured it would be you because caller ID came up, but I wasn't sure because it say 5-star, but I wasn't sure.
Yes,
But
sir.
how's it
Yes,
going,
sir.
brother?
Everything's going well, man. Everything's going well.
I do appreciate you, and thanks for holding me down, on that show, the Level-Headed Knicks Talk panel, talking about the Knicks championship window. I thought you and the boys did a really great job.
Well, I want to say thank you for bringing me aboard, and I want to say thank you to the other guys, Fritz and Ron. It was a great
Yes.
show. It was a great opportunity. It was my first time on the live, so I definitely want to thank you for inviting me, and definitely surrounded by pretty much the cream of the crop of really knowledgeable guys of the NBA, knowing the ins and outs of of just basketball. So it was an
Yeah.
experience, no doubt.
Of no doubt, man. And by the way, salute to still Knicks fans in the chat. I just peeped that you were here. Salute to you. Definitely check out still Knicks fans tomorrow. Know the ledge around 11:30.
Okay.
Salute to you, still Knicks fans. I see you in the building. He was in the chat earlier. But so yo, we're talking about Pablo Torre, right? In the investigative journalism, and he's talking about he got some information that's eye opening in regards to Jalen Brunson and the Knicks acquiring his services. Not when he re-signed. He said when JB signed. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that Pablo is speaking facts, or is it just Knicks for clicks?
More for Knicks for clicks, to be
I
honest with
agree.
you. Until I see something substantial come up, to me, JB is clean, and I'm gonna wait till this thing plays out before I say anything further on the matter. So, but
But
I
but
see.
but Melo, but
Uh-huh.
Melo, think about it. Like what more could he say than his father was hired weeks before he was signed? Leon Rose was his former GM, and now his GM son is his GM, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were at the game, his Western Conference game. Uh, what more collusion could we learn about that we didn't learn? And the Knicks were already fined, right?
Right.
So I'm just trying to understand. This is why I'm saying Knicks for clicks, because whatever he would release, I'm pretty sure the NBA knows about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that it just would be the NBA did not release it. So why even mention it? Why not try to pull more Kawhi Leonard scenarios where it's things we didn't know about? Right?
Absolutely.
Right. But that's why I'm thinking Knicks for clicks, because it's the dull days of summer. It's hard for these guys to do content. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I woke up today. What am I gonna talk about for the call-up show? I saw this nonsense. Oh, I got a topic. I don't gotta do the Knicks for clicks and let me just make up something, or let me just say something, sensationalism, just to get people to watch me. And this is what it is, because now that clip goes viral. Anytime these dudes mention Knicks and scandal or something negative, it's always going to take off like a missile.
Well, I had just mentioned before about now that the Knicks are doing well, getting this team assembled. All of a sudden, now we have a distraction, something to
Right.
deter the team. While they're doing so good right now and leading in the right direction, new coach, new, getting this team in where they need to go. And all of a sudden now I see this. And when I saw it posted, I said, I got to tune in tonight. I got to see what's going on. Who's this guy, Pablo? So you guys kind of
Yeah.
broke it down. And like I said, I just think it's more of a distraction than anything. And being that, to me, I look at JB kind of like Derek Jeter in a way, He pretty much doesn't say much, keeps to himself, just does his job, goes to work, puts his hat on and does his thing, and then, punches in and punches out, and
Yes.
he tries to lead by example. He's not very a voiceless person, but he leads by example. And I believe
To add to that one point real quickly, I would say he's even more of a, I want to say saint, but because Jeter was partying and doing a lot of stuff. He said if they had
absolutely.
social
Yeah.
media when I was around, y'all would look at me way different. But
Right.
Jalen Brunson is around now, and he has social media, and I call him Mr. Miyagi. This dude, he can't do nothing wrong, bro. He said, remember when Trae Young rolled the dice? He said that if we don't want Trae Young to roll the dice, all we have to do is win the game. Like that.
Yeah.
That's some Mr. Miyagi stuff. So yeah, I agree. I think that you're spot on. So I can't even see he's the only star to give up money.
Absolutely.
That much money.
Not chump change. He gave up a lot of money, and
He
also
gave up a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. And the one thing that caught my attention about his personality, like you were talking about Mr. Miyagi, was when they made the trade for Cat, and he was like, "Who's Cat?" You know, he's got short responses, but they're very, like
Very witty.
yes, and he gets you with that, and he gives you that little smirk, like that's all I needed to say. Enough said, and keep it moving. He keeps everybody kind of on their toes because, like I said, he doesn't say much, but when he does, pay close attention because he's giving you clues to certain things, and that smirk, kind of says it all.
Right.
But the best thing that he does is what he does on the court, and also what he does, off the court, with the community and stuff like that.
Facts,
And I like
100%.
aside from that, not to change the topic, but when we're talking about Melo, that's what I thought you was gonna ask me about.
No, we're gonna get to Melo, but I'm gonna wrap on this point.
Okay.
The name of this guy's show is called Pablo Torre Finds Out. That's the name of his show. He's
Okay.
marketing himself as this investigative journalism. And anytime I see that, especially when you couple it with sensationalism, like this little comment he made about JB, oh, Jalen Brunson's enemies want me to release this information on him, right? It makes me skeptical. And I think that, he doesn't seem to me to be, I'm not going to say, what was the word I use? It takes away his credibility.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your goal is just to out people, Pablo Torre Finds Out. So I just wanted to add that, make sure I add that last detail. So to everybody who might have just joined the show, and he's talking about Jalen Brunson's enemies want me to release this information. Now, to bring it back, who is his enemies?
Exactly.
Who is Jalen Brunson's enemy? The Dallas Mavericks? How? I mean, he already had Mark Cuban on the podcast. Like they already had it. Like, what enemy? Now, there's only one person that could be his enemy. Maybe Julius Randle. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But we could transition. It is what it is with that. But let's talk about Melo. Melo, your name is Melo. We could talk about Melo.
Okay.
Now, conversation resurfaced, right? And the internet always, it's like negativity is so powerful that it just really magnetizes and captivates people's attention. And so comments of what Clyde made about Melo not having his jersey retired in Madison Square Garden. And, Walt Clyde didn't mean no malice by it. He was talking about his perception, how he's perceived, and the fact that he didn't win a championship. So now, this resurfaces because, of course, and you're at the Hall of Fame, right? You're going there, right?
I am getting ready. First thing in the morning, I'll probably be out of here at 10 a.m. I'll be heading down to Springfield, Mass to get an early start and also take care of my check-in and stuff like that, and then proceed with the activities that's supposedly going to be started sometime in the afternoon before the ceremony itself. I think there's going to be some other things going on, so I'll fill you in the details. When I get back and all that other stuff, I'll let you guys know, how it went and everything else. But I know they're going to be putting it on the NBA TV. I believe at 7 p.m.
I'll be watching.
Yep.
I will be watching.
Aside from that, I believe that place is going to be packed with Knicks fans. So I'm so excited to be there, to head down there to Springfield, Mass, and support Melo. It was an opportunity that I said I can't miss. So I canceled everything to attend this special moment. Absolutely.
And so why? But Melo, but why they gotta try to throw salt on his moment by resurfacing the Walt Clyde stuff as he's getting ready to be enshrined?
I try to look. Everybody has the right to their opinion, so I'm not gonna go here and dispute. What Walt Clyde, he's a legend. In our organization. So
yeah.
The standards were set high, And let's face it, all these guys, up there, Willis Reed, Patrick Ewing, Walt Clyde Frazier, Brett Holtzman with the 613 wins.
Mm-hmm.
We're measuring the bars very high. But when I started watching basketball, watching Bernard King with the Knicks lighting it up, that was the only thing that we had at that time, that was putting
Fire.
us on the map. He was our star,
100%.
So keep in mind, while there was other stars in the league, but in the Mecca of New York City, Bernard King was the man. And to me, the only thing I'm going to say about the retiring of the numbers, I do agree on one thing, that we need to pay respect to our past heroes. And I don't know how they want to do it, but Bernard King deserves to be up there.
100%.
And if the panel has to decide on some of the other 90s Knicks, and I'll be honest with you, John Starks, regardless of, what he did through his career, and after his career, is giving back to the community. He's so involved with the Knicks. And it's a special place, right? For those that witnessed those 90s Knicks, it's a special place in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And also reminiscing, unfortunately, the sad loss of losing Anthony Mason. To me, they all played such a huge role as a team.
Right.
So Melo having his jersey raised, before those guys, even I, as a Melo fan, I would feel a certain type of way, because these guys paved the way. And if you know anything about Melo looked up to Bernard King.
100%.
So that's a big thing. It's like saying, look, I look up to Patrick Ewing, and the guy who looked up to him goes up before him. It's like, you know what I mean? So we look up to
that's wild.
our predecessors before us. We say thank you. And I think out of respect for those guys, and these guys attend the games, like Bernard King, Earl the Pearl Monroe. These guys are out there. They paid their dues. Yes, Bernard King didn't win a championship, but he definitely, put in the work. And he gave us the greatest moments that he could, and the highlights of, for those that didn't see him, you YouTube Bernard King. He was an unstoppable force, and he was one of the greatest of his time, along with Magic Johnson, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and some of the other greats during the 80s. Bernard King was one of them.
50 in the playoffs, dog, like that.
Absolutely.
That's next level right there.
I think he hit double back-to-back 50-point games, if I'm correct. Yeah. So he was
legendary.
A special, very legendary, very special, iconic player. And whoever the panel else wants to go further to pick additional of that 90s Knicks, whether it is Allen Houston, and going further, and then I don't have a problem putting up Melo, because Melo is well deserving. Again, what he did for New York, brought life back to New York City, all the wonderful things that he did. But unfortunately, when Phil Jackson came, which I don't want to give too much light to that, we know what happened with that. It just turned to total turmoil, and kind of the biggest welcome that we gave to Melo, it was the worst outing that Phil Jackson gave to him to push him out of New York. And it was so undeserving. And unfortunately, that's when, again, the rumor mill started going back and forth that Melo this, Melo that, and Melo kept quiet during the whole thing, and he took it like a champ when the odds were against him, going back and forth, this and that with Phil Jackson. But he kept his head high, and he took the bullets. And aside from that, he was a great player with us, gave us great moments in Knicks history, and we'll always remember that, man. And like I said, he's an icon to a lot of people out there, and he's well liked around the NBA league. So it's going to be a special moment. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm happy that the Hall of Fame got it right. Top 75. It's a shame to me that he never was a first team NBA All NBA. That just sounds crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that I have no issues with the first off, where the Knicks are dropping the ball. It's like, yo, the 90s, y'all know what the 90s mean to us as fans.
Mm-hmm.
All those guys from the 90s, now I'm not sure to say the whole team, but all of the main guys, the Oakley, the Starks, the Houston, just put the jersey up.
Mm-hmm.
Put the jersey up because those guys represented a moment of time where we actually could have pride and be happy to like we go outside, yeah, we Knicks fans, right? Of course, we got that pride now because well, we always gonna have the pride because we Knicks fans no matter what, even when we down. But now that the team is winning again, like this is how the 90s felt. Like every year you knew you had a good team. And so I think that is a shame that those guys didn't get up there because we acted like this is the 70s. And it's not. The Lakers continue to ascend and win, right? And we just got stuck in the 70s. And I think it's time to upgrade the programming. And, everyone's not going to win a championship. You gave it to Ewing for those same reasons why we're talking about. And I think that these other guys should also, get their jerseys retired.
I just want to make a point. What makes New York Knicks fans so special? They always say that we're one of the most intelligent. We're the most intelligent people that are like kind of a student of the game. We understand the game, the grind of the game. And believe it or not, regardless of if the jerseys are not in the rafters, our New York fans in the streets of New York and across the United States, guess what? Are rocking a Houston jersey, a Patrick Ewing jersey, a Charles Oakley jersey, a John Starks jersey. And guess what? Those parents or those people of that generation, which includes us, when they have their kids, you see the little kids wearing what? Maybe a baby John Starks jersey running around, right? Or an Allen Houston
100%.
jersey, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what makes it special because even though they're not up there, we recognized that they were special and that, their jerseys still sell. They're still relevant in the streets of New York and across the country, wherever you find the Knicks fans, whether they're in Miami, Chicago, LA. There's Knicks fans everywhere, right?
You're going to see a Starks jersey. You're going to see an Oakley jersey, 100%.
Absolutely.
Going to see an H2O, 100%.
Absolutely. So that speaks volumes for all the Knicks fans that are, that are listening to this podcast. Be proud. Be proud, Knicks fans. Be proud.
Right. Like Bodega Wi-Fi said, Celtics and Lakers have only champions in the rafters. But those two teams are the most storied teams. But we have players and teams that mean a lot to the city that goes beyond just the championship. Like what those 90s teams did for us, it gave us pride. Like we knew that we could go outside and not look crazy. Like we actually got a team that's really good every year. And the 90s was such an important time in basketball. And the Knicks played a role in that. We seen Jordan as I shouldn't say Jordan. He's the bald-headed guy out of Chicago. We seen his ascension, right? We seen his ascension to greatness. Yeah, the bald-headed guy. And like the Knicks are a part of that story. Like you can't tell that story without talking about the Knicks. So the key guys, not the whole team, but the key guys, not because the 70s guys, there's a whole bunch of them up there. They all nice. Don't get it twisted. They're going to tell you that, hey, I was this in my heyday, but it wasn't just Walt Clyde up there. It was all of those guys. And I think that for us, the guys that need to go up there is Oakley, Starks, Houston. Everybody else is debatable. I mean, of course, King, but I'm talking about from the 90s. And so, that's the mellow tape.
And here's something else that I like about that I think Knicks fans need to recognize, and so does the NBA. Usually, when they retire a jersey, is the only time you get a chance to see the past greats. Like, let's say they retire a Lakers jersey, you see Kareem, AC Green, all these guys, right? But what the Knicks have done is done something special. And what I mean by that is that what do we see in the playoffs? Marbury, Gerald Wilkins,
alumni.
The past greats, the alumni. The phrase of once a Knick, always a Knick stays true to what
100%.
they're trying to preach. Like, listen, you was a Knick, come back home, right? everybody. It's a phenomenal opportunity to see those greats, those legends back again. Because if you didn't know, now you know. And every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That family, like Tim Thomas, John Starks, and it's a beautiful thing to see them all together. It really is.
Yeah,
So I'm definitely
hundred
inspired by
percent.
that. That we're doing something that I don't think all the other 30-something teams out there are doing. The Knicks are doing that, and they showed it in the playoffs. So it's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing to
Yeah,
see.
like look at the players. Like you said, we got guys that's been there 1 year. They with the Knicks 1 year, 2 year. They with the Knicks, and they're probably other teams like J.R. Smith. Like he could
Yeah.
be everything else but a Knick, technically,
Mm-hmm.
right? He was with Denver all that time. Then
Mm-hmm.
he won the championship with Cleveland.
Cleveland.
But
Yeah.
guess what? He at the Knick game. I'm a Knick.
Mm-hmm. With open
You know,
arms.
with open arms. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and how many other franchises has that representation
Mm-hmm.
and even care about their ex players like that? So it's a big deal. And Nick Shack said something that was interesting. Like, what if we do a '90s banner? I don't think that would do justice because we already got banners from the '90s. We got Atlantic Division champions. You got
Right.
Eastern. Yeah, we got those '90s
That
banners
covers
up
that.
there.
Right. Right.
That covers the team. No, we need to see H2O up there. So when the fans look up and go, yo, who is that 20 years from now, 30 years from now, when they look up there, who's that 20? Who's that 7? Who were those guys? Oh man, back in those days, you know, Allen Houston hit the game winning shot to take the AC Knicks, which led them to get into the finals, take them out of the first round. Like all those things is like historic moments, man. Like Melo dropping 62. Like incredible. Like I got into a debate. I'm not sure Big Dog Tall Sports is here. But I was on his channel and they were trying to like shade the Knicks, talking about, oh, Kobe got, because they all Kobe fans. He was like, Kobe got the record against the Knicks. I said, no, Melo has the record. I kept saying that. They kind of went over their head. Oh yeah, Kobe got the record in. I said, no, Melo, he has the record.
Melo has it. Yeah, 62.
62. But so yeah, I mean, you know, I just don't. You know, it's not like if this was the Lakers, right, or the Celtics, then okay, you got an argument because all of the star players for those teams won championships. But this is New York City, and those teams represented more than just the fact that they didn't win the championship. No, it's like real Knick pride. Like when you see that Starks jersey, it just gives you memories. Like Jordan, dunk on Jordan, right? And Horace Grant and Pippen, right? And then you think about, you know, all the moments from back LJ, you know, 4-point play. Like it's like every player has a moment. And so, you know, it's.
And let me say something. You look at these players like, you know, they play like champions. John Wallace, Marcus Camby, Charlie Ward, all these guys, they played with heart, you know? And listen, you know, it's just giving back, you know, like you said, they've been recognized. But to put those banners up, to get those extra players up there, definitely would make a big difference.
Big difference.
And they're well deserving of it because, you know, being a Westchester Knicks season ticket holder, I see Allen Houston. He's the general manager there. But you know how much more relevant would he be? That I know we know him, but what a big difference it would be when that jersey's raised up in the rafters. It just adds, you know, that
because
extra,
you look
right?
up. When you go to the Garden, you look up.
Right.
Look at
And
the
it means a
banners. Look
lot.
at the
Just
history.
like, you know, and Boston and LA is a whole different, you know, situation. I mean, they got the most combined between those two more than everybody else, right? But New York is special. It's different than all the other market teams out there anyway. So we do things totally different here when as Knicks fans. You know, we definitely hold a higher standard to our guys, and we appreciate all the hard work, regardless if we won a championship or not. We appreciate hard, grittiness out there, and guys going out there just giving it their all. And that's all we can ask, right? Bernard King lit it up for years. He didn't win a championship, but we appreciate him, and that's what we, you know, that's why, you know, we're the best fans out there. So we appreciate that.
100%, 100%, man. Yo, I agree with everything you said. You came on the call. You handled it well, man. If you got any other final words you would like to share with the people, maybe let them know what you got going on TikTok.
Well, my name is Mellow Mike, representing 5 Star Knicks. You can find me on TikTok, number 5 STAR star and Knicks. I'm
That's
just
what's up.
doing, a couple videos, loading up stuff, promoting the team. I just put something up with you, Karan, and our
Okay.
podcast that we just did the other day. So take a look at it when you get a chance. But I'm gonna put another one together, a better one. So I'm working on it.
That's
But I
what's up. I
wanted to,
gotta I gotta do some clips too. I'm slacking. I'm
but
gonna get
what I
to it.
want to say is definitely thank you for the opportunity. I've never been on live before. I want to say thank you so much to you and meeting your guys, Ron and Fritz. They were awesome, very knowledgeable. I learned a lot. Because sometimes you definitely learn a lot just by listening. And I was,
Right.
I'm the newbie on the block, so I'm just trying to grasp, all the good things that you guys have to dish out and learn. You got to start somewhere. So it was a great opportunity, man, with you guys. Absolutely.
No doubt, man. Thank you, man. I listen, you coming on the show. Definitely, major support. I appreciate it. You did great for your first, panel show. And we're gonna have more things coming. And we had things we talk about behind the scenes. So, I look forward to continuing, this connection. And I wish you all the best and a great time in Massachusetts. I wish I could be there. It's gonna be this is gonna be fun. Seeing all that greatness up close and personal.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I'm sure there's going to be a drove of fans out there up in Springfield, Mass. But wherever these functions are at, I'll say it now to all the Knicks fans, get out there, support this team in every which way, support this podcast, with Karan Pierre here.
And
It's a beautiful thing, to learn from the creative minds like yourself, the ins and outs. So I learned a lot, man. Trust me, I'm learning a lot, and that's why I'm here, supporting the cause.
no doubt, man. I appreciate it, man. Have a great night. Safe travels, and definitely look forward to seeing you back on the show soon.
All right, Karan, take care, and to all the
All
guys,
right.
all the channel members there, take care, guys. All right,
Salute.
salute, guys, salute.
All right, that was my man Mellow Mike, 5 Star Knicks in the house, man. Definitely go check him out. Do appreciate you guys. This is definitely the wind down. Final call 646-995-8389. Hey, listen, one thing you can say about me, man, and you, if you've been watching me for a while, I changed my mind. Like, I'm not stuck in my ways, man. I definitely would change my mind. Hello, caller, state your name, where you calling from.
J Tap, call from Cali, via
Hey,
Brooklyn.
J Tap in the house, man.
What's
Welcome
good?
back, man. Hey, man, listen, we having a good time talking about Pablo Torre and Carmelo Anthony. I'm curious to know what your take is, man. Pablo Torre talking about he got some information, some dirty laundry on Cap, in regards to not re-signing, not when he, did the greatest sacrifice in NBA history, but when he initially came to sign with the team. What do you think about that? You think that this is Knicks for clicks, or you think that there may be some things there that will make us, you know, look at Captain a certain way?
You know, personally, I don't think make me look at Cap a different way, but I think it's like maybe a little bit of both. Because
Oh,
when you come
okay,
when you come to a big city, I mean, there's certain perks you get that you won't
right,
get in like Indiana or something like that. You know what I mean, or Utah.
right,
So I think it's kind of expected, not like a illegal kind of way. You know what I mean? But you get free lunch
right.
wherever you
Yeah,
go. You know what I mean? You get a car service or whatever, whatever. So I think might be some things that make you raise your eyebrow just a little bit. But when it's all said and done, I think it just makes for clicks for the most part because Pablo
yeah.
he used to be on ESPN. I can't remember what show he was on. So I guess he's trying to make a comeback after getting fired or whatever.
Yeah,
get
he
go
got his own
viral.
podcast. He got his own podcast called Pablo Torre Finds Out. He's the exposing people. That's his whole angle.
Yeah, nah. I'll stop trying to promote. I'll stop saying the name of his show. You know what I mean?
Oh, my bad.
It's an objective Knicks fan show we talking about down
I
here.
got you. I
You know
got
what I
you.
mean?
I got you. Yeah, let me
Everybody
not
trying to
give
hit
the
on
no
Pablo.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me not give this brother no light in terms of promoting them.
Get him out of here.
And but like also like, my thing is continue if you're gonna expose something new. Like
Yeah.
you taught us about the Kawhi situation, which is looking interesting. Like they convinced me tonight that hey, a fine may come. I'm thinking that, it's maybe just smoke and mirrors, but Fritz and Keith convinced me that there may be some to it. But besides that, why are you talking about something we were already found guilty of it? I guarantee you, whatever he has, the NBA knew about it.
Yeah, it can't be nothing
100%.
that big. It can't be nothing that
It
big.
can't. Yeah, it can't be nothing that's going like what's going to happen. Oh, Jalen Brunson's contract going to be voided? No.
Nah.
So
As far as Kawhi is concerned, I heard the whole show. I've been listening to the whole show, and I was
Mhm.
gonna call earlier, but like you said, Fitz and Keith, I can't get no more thorough than that. I have nothing that really add to it. I think he did something to get that money, but
yeah,
like I said, when it's all said and done, I think it's regular business practice in most professional sports. You know what I mean? Just take a little less. We give you this, give you that.
like
Shake.
circumvent the cap.
Yeah, I mean, circumvent the cap, but but on the under. I don't know how to put it, but
On the low.
yeah, on the low. I wouldn't have no LLC, connected
Yeah,
to
see that
that
part.
part. Yeah, I don't get that part right there.
See J Tap like look, you could say well Bomber's stupid for investing the 50 million with these guys in the first place, but at the same time I don't know how smart is it to invest money into a company you're trying to circumvent the cap with. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like, wouldn't you keep that separate? Like, all right, we not gonna invest the 50 million in. We're gonna work another deal out, another backdoor deal or something where it's not gonna put you in the line of fire. I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe something like even get him like a shoe deal or something like that. Something
Right.
they can make some bread off, some like real bread off of. Maybe it's looking like to get around taxes or something, because in Cali you get taxed for everything. So I don't know. It could be something like
Yeah,
that.
no, but not just taxes, just the salary cap limitations. So
Yeah,
let's say you
right.
want to give a dude 300 million, right? But you can't because you aproned out, right? So now, all right, I got a company, I'm gonna pay them to pay you. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because you leaving a paper trail. Like I don't even know how you would like hide money like that, on that level. Because anything that has a paper trail to it, they gonna find out.
I think when it comes to Bomber, that kind of money, it's just like buying a Snicker at the corner store money. It's not nothing to him. You know what I mean?
It's nothing. It's definitely nothing to him.
So I
But
think
I'm just trying to say, like, yo, you leaving yourself vulnerable to the NBA investigation.
yeah, and maybe he's just like in his personal life, he has so much going on. He's like, oh yeah, all right, the fine from the NBA, whatever. Let me go, because in the real world, NBA teams for the owners, it's just a luxury item. It's not really that their main source of business.
Right.
Maybe the man got so much going on, he just kind of like brushed it to the side and kept it moving. That's $50 million out, whatever.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe this man's just busy.
Yeah, I'm busy. Yeah, or maybe like he's just like so high up that his people under him was doing this. Oh, we
Yeah.
gonna press Bomber, and now they doing this stupid moves, and now.
Hello? I think he went out. Hello?
Get fined because if they put it in the contract that you have to be a Clipper, like that's crazy. You put that in the contract, yeah, and you just asking to get caught at some point. That's wild to me. But let's shift it to some Knicks stuff, man. Oh, I lost him. Let me see if I get him back. He might be working. Let me see. See if we get him back. Phone probably died.
Hello?
Yeah, hello? I'm not sure what happened.
Hey, yo.
That was me or you? Can you hear me? Hold on. That's my mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Oh, no.
It's like a big delay, but I can't hear you. I just go in chat for right now.
All right.
All right, peace.
All right. That was J-Tap. Keep the calls coming. We on the way out. J-Tap, I think that was me, J-Tap. You want to call back? The mic switched. I'm curious to what because I can't remember what his mellow take was. Curious to see what his mellow take is. Yup. Yeah. But 646-995-8389. Definitely call up. Final call for calls. Pablo Torre out here exposing people. I'm just trying to understand why JB, why he bringing up JB name as if like he got some new sauce that's gonna further implicate JB. I didn't like that. Oh, sorry, I'm just checking something really quickly, but keep the calls coming on the way out. This was a good show. Started at a good time. Hopefully, okay, yeah, I'm good. Cool. I'm good on what I was trying to do. Okay, J-Tap calling back. Hello, J-Tap, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Good now.
Okay, yeah. We
Gotcha.
straight. So I was going to transition to Melo.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Melo? You know, the Walt Clyde comments resurfaced because he's getting ready to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame first ballot. So they always got to try to throw Saw. Yeah. Like, it's like you got to be so negative on media to get attention, right? So, you know, Walt Clyde wasn't even trying to like slander him. He was just trying to say, you know, based on the standards that's out there, he doesn't think that Melo will get his jersey retired, right? And so this has become a discussion amongst Knicks fans once again. So I'm curious to know what's your thoughts on Melo getting his jersey retired.
Oh, that's a tough one. My thing is, if Bernard can't do it, then he can't do it either. Even though, I mean, even though Melo's a better player, in my opinion, you know, as far as like his peak, but
right.
Every time I think of Melo, the first thing that comes to my mind is Denver. You know, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know, and I know Jokic has 7, but I don't know. I don't know as far as Melo, and like someone said earlier, there are way more Knicks that are far more deserving to get their jerseys retired because I see Josh Hart running around wearing number 3. I want to tear that jersey off his back. You know what I mean? Put up in the
Hey man, why we gotta?
Nah, I'm saying I want to put that jersey in the rafters myself. Josh Hart should be wearing no number, and then it'll keep going. You know, so.
But why you gotta throw Josh Hart under the bus?
So has anyone worn number 7 since Melo left?
I'm pretty sure.
I can't think of anybody.
I don't know. We could do a search on that. You know,
I can't
technically could.
So maybe I don't know. I think it's gonna happen eventually. Maybe
I'm pretty sure somebody did, but I tell you what, Melo has more. He has a better relationship with the Knicks front office than he does the Nuggets front office. 100%.
True that, and maybe the Knicks just wait and see where he goes in the Hall of Fame, what jersey he wears to the Hall of Fame, and then they can retire it. Maybe just waiting for that.
You can't take 2 jerseys there.
I don't know, my guy. I have no idea. I don't know.
Probably not.
So if Melo decides to go to, I know he won't. He's gonna decide to go to Knicks. Another thing is too, he played for so many teams after he left New York. I don't know,
Right.
Atlanta and all those other teams. It kind of puts a not a negative mark because people move on or whatever. But I don't know. I see him as a Nugget. But if he goes into the Hall of Fame as a Knick, it's gonna definitely happen. And people like Oakley, definitely Houston,
So when
Bernard
you go to
King.
the so when you go to the Hall of Fame, it has to be under one team.
I'm not sure. I always thought it was, but I could be wrong. I never really
Okay.
looked into
So
that.
I got the way to find the number. All right, cool. So all right, we're gonna go forward. 2018. No number 7s in 2018. 2019. No number 7s.
I don't think it's done. Nope.
2020.
Nah.
No number 7s. Right now we should remember these teams. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not the number one player number kind of guy anyway though. Yeah, no number 7s.
No number 7s.
100%. Yeah,
So
no number 7s.
So maybe the players retired it for him.
I would think that. I could see him getting that respect, but Josh Hart said, "Screw it, I'm taking number 3."
Man, listen, he better take that. Man, look, Josh Hart is a whole nother show for me. So I'm going to end it on that note. Let's see any more questions. I mean,
well, I'm not sure how you feel about Ben Simmons. He's talking about he want to retire. Should we retire him? Retire the idea of him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of open to it, but nah, he just too much baggage, and he don't want to play no ball. He takes money.
Yeah, he don't want to play no ball.
And you look at the roster right now. We got a bunch of dogs in that roster. I'm ready.
By the way, I didn't talk about the Yabu report. Man, he had an incredible game against Poland, bro.
I ain't watching him play all this summer. I'm not looking.
No, because you had to pay for the subscription to Courtside 1891 or 1981, whatever the hell the name of it is.
That makes sense.
So yeah, only because I do what I do. That's the only reason why I got it. But
man, you always in research mode, my guy.
Hell yeah, I gotta know what I'm talking about. I'm telling y'all right now. Listen, Yabu, man. He might make the case to start. I'm not saying he's going to start.
Oh, my Lord.
But he might make the case. He's not as bad as a defender as you think he is. Right? I'm not saying that he went up against the best talent right now.
I see.
But there's some good teams out there. And listen, man, he is a beast in the paint, boy. They doubling him like he's Shaq. I'm like, what the hell? Like, yo, he didn't even score a bucket. They doubling him.
Yeah, well, I see him playing Philly. I seen a lot of Philly games. I hate watch Philly and Atlanta, so I watch a lot of their games. And I seen him play last year. He's good.
Yeah,
he's really good. But I can't.
Nah,
wait
he's good. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
And I painted the laundry room orange and blue. You see the picture,
yes. Right? Yeah, I like it. I said, "Is that the man cave?" He said, "No, that's the laundry." I said, "I ain't mad at it. That's what's up."
Anything to keep my wife out the laundry room. She's like, I don't like the color, so I'm not going in there. So I guess I'm washing clothes.
Now you got.
I gotta wash
now you gotta do all the laundry. Oh man.
I'm on laundry duty till but yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the season.
Yeah, I'm ready too, man. It's gonna be so exciting. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna probably be in the Garden 100%. Even though I like to watch games at home, but.
Yeah,
I think I'm due to get back up in there.
I'm ready for this watch party. I'm gonna head out there for a watch party. Just let me know. I'm there.
I don't know, man. These guys didn't show up to the last watch party, man. We gotta really talk about that, man.
I don't care.
I know you don't care. You came from Cali. Like these dudes, they all living in Queens and Brooklyn, 10 minutes from the venue.
I'm gonna go knock on Yuri's door and drag him to the bar. That's what I'm gonna do.
But Yuri said he had other plans or something like that. But
I was messing with him. Yeah. But yeah, we gonna link up again.
100%
for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Even the summer league. I think we need to also do summer league.
That summer league was dope.
Man, summer league is lit, right?
I have fun. It's like everything's like right there. Yeah.
Yeah. We gonna do something. 100%. Like.
Sure.
It's definitely going down, man. But I'll let you get to it, man. I'm not sure if you working.
Nah, I'm ready to go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I'm really gonna
Okay.
sleep. I'm just listen to the show. You know,
Yeah.
listen to.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna go to
No
bed.
doubt, man.
All right,
No
my guy.
doubt, man. But J Tab, I appreciate you, man.
Of
Salute, man.
course. All right. Peace.
All right.
Yo,
Hello, caller. State your name. Where you calling from?
this is Yuri calling back again.
Hold on, Yuri. Hold on. I'm gonna bring JJ up in here too. Hold on. Hello, JJ.
Yo, what's good, man? How you
What's
feeling,
going on?
man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm gonna merge you in with Yuri, man. We're gonna do a conference joint.
Okay.
Hey, Yuri. I got JJ on the line.
Yo, JJ, what's up?
Yo, what's good, bro? How you doing, man? What's going on?
Dude, I'm waiting for NBA preseason to come by. You know me. I'm waiting.
Yes.
I'm waiting for NBA preseason. That's
1 month away.
yeah. Man, we talked about a lot today, huh?
Yeah, nah. This was listen, when I woke up this morning, I didn't have no topic. And then I seen Pablo Torre. I said, yeah, we
What a
talking about
clown.
that.
What a
Bro,
clown,
so
yeah.
so JJ, what's your thoughts on Pablo,
I
man?
mean, that
Trying to throw Brunson under the bus.
that guy's a sucker. That guy's a sucker. He's been hating on the Knicks for years. I remember him. He's a clown. I ain't even worried about none of that.
I mean,
Right.
And if nothing comes from it, which I believe, nothing is gonna come from it. He should get in trouble because you're putting stuff out there like that with no real proof. Like you're slandering somebody's name pretty much.
and
Like that to me, that's a low. Like,
Yeah, he said he got Brunson's enemies from Brunson's enemies.
man, that guy's talking out of his you know what. Get out of here, man.
He's wild.
That guy's
He's wild.
a fool. Yeah, he's a fool.
Once his enemies here, whose enemies? Mark Cuban? Get the hell out of here.
What enemy? He ain't got no enemies. Ooh.
The only enemy that to me that would make sense would be Julius Randle. The only one I could see being it. That's the only person I could see being an enemy.
Because remember, Julius Randle never dabbed up JB. Keep that in mind. Back in Minnesota, he never dabbed.
Yeah, because they lost. When they won, he did. I think. When they won at the Garden, I think he did.
Sure.
I think.
What a joke.
Right, but wait, hold on. In the Garden, I think he walked out of that one too. I think he walked out of both of them. I gotta check my notes.
The game they won, he shook some of their hands. I'm pretty sure. Didn't they? Yeah, they won at the Garden, didn't they?
They did.
They won. Yeah,
I'm
pretty sure he shook a few. Yeah. We beat them the first time. Yeah. I think after they won at the Garden, he shook some players' hands. I believe.
JJ, remember, we're in a 3-point drought. We couldn't hit nothing. We couldn't hit nothing for those past few weeks.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember that in the chat? Let us know in the chat, because that's when I wrote that down.
Yeah, they won the game at the Garden, Minnesota. We won the first one in Minnesota, and then they beat us at the Garden. And I'm pretty sure I remember him shaking players' hands on the Knicks. I believe. I don't know if he shook Brunson's or not. I don't remember.
I think he did. I think he did shook Brunson.
Think so?
I think so. I got to be watching.
Man.
But listen.
Yeah.
JJ, this has been a crazy year, bro. Talking to people, getting to know.
Yeah, for sure.
Even getting to know Karan, not only personally, but like talking to him on the talk show.
For sure. Yeah.
Karan, I'm gonna keep it real. When we heard Tibbs got fired, I'm not gonna lie. I immediately thought about calling you up on your regular phone number, which I don't have. Right? I immediately was like, "Yo, I gotta hear Karan's reaction to this." When the call so happened. And
yeah, that was crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah. And buzzing about it. And at the time, JJ, we were upset that Tibbs got fired.
Yeah.
We were upset. I was actually upset.
Yeah.
Because because a part of me, we're all New Yorkers, right? We all want to see our dreams fulfilled in New York. I was really pushing for Tibbs to win a ring in New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
I was being stubborn, defending him every night on the court. So
I mean, listen, Tibbs deserves his flowers. You know, he helped turn this thing around. He changed the culture. So I'm always gonna have a certain
culture
amount of love for Tibbs. You know, for
and
sure.
brought the toughness. Tibbs
Yeah,
brought the culture,
yeah, yeah. I
and
agree.
and evolution evolves as time goes on in the NBA. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So the
yeah,
way I
yeah.
the way I look at it is that the day we win a chip, Tibbs is going to be at the parade, no matter what.
Hey,
Matter of
I'm
fact,
cool with that. I'm cool with that.
matter of fact,
I'm cool with
a
that.
lot of women said Tibbs comes to alumni night.
Bring them all back. Bring them back all the players that helped change this thing.
I
About
don't
the
know, man.
players.
Hold on, but I don't know about that because when's the last time you seen former coaches at
Nah, it's
games?
not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Have you seen Dave Fizdale at a game?
Bring back Hornacek and Fizdale.
Derek Fisher has he?
Fisher could come. Oh man.
Yo, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen. If the
Phil
Knicks win the
Jackson.
championship, I definitely don't see him come back like that was me.
Nah. I started this.
I can't find the whole Randall walking up the court at all. I'm looking for it.
Yeah, no, I was like, I can't find any, but I will say though, you know, going back from the journey of Tibbs being fired to the coaching shirts to the narrative that the Knicks didn't have a plan that got planted. I'm like, yo, this is Leon Rose. That man always got something up his sleeve. And as the months went by, the coaching staff got assembled. He got Jordan Clarkson on a vet minimum. He got
Two bargains. Him and Yabusele were bargains, man.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
You found it?
So look, my handwriting is very terrible. Because I write fast, but this to show you I'm not capping. Yeah, I take notes of every game, y'all. So I actually put that in my phone right there. Wait, I'm not sure if you can see it.
Yeah.
Basically, what it said Randall Speed, what's up? So what happened? What that meant? That sounds crazy. But what I meant by that was he was like he gave fives, but in a rush. Like he wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't like
quick.
It was a quick like all right,
yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm out of there. Like it wasn't like it wasn't no hug. Let's talk. Like Dante was hugging and talking to people. Like he was just like, all right, bye.
Yeah.
So hey man, that could be the enemy.
Damn,
just saying.
Out here. Damn.
Hey, you never know. I'm just saying, you never know. Listen, let me put the disclaimer up for myself. Hold up. I'm just saying. Hey, he said enemies.
Ooh.
What other enemy could be there?
Let me find out Randall Smith.
We're gonna find out. You know.
Yo, real quick. Real quick, you were mentioning Yabusele possibly starting.
Yes.
My only issue is I know you said his defense isn't that, but Cat needs. I mean, if you're gonna have Yabusele and Cat at the 4 and the 5, I think that could be rough defensively. And then Brunson. I mean, I don't know.
I'll tell you what, though. I hadn't seen a big guy pick on him yet. That's what I'm watching those games. I'm waiting to see a big guy pick on him.
No, his post defense is fine. It's his perimeter defense that I remember him last year, even like when I would watch Philly games. Like he'll just get blown by. Like you know.
Now he did have a pass thrown in between his legs. In the polling game, I was like, damn, this is not. I was like, wait a minute. I'm trying to vouch for you, man, but you can't be having dudes throw the ball. But I mean, most big guys is going to struggle on the perimeter.
I agree.
But, all right.
I agree.
Cat included.
So
Cat included.
Well, definitely.
I mean, it's not like Hart started last year. It's not like he was stopping anybody last year. He was.
Oh no. Yo, Tibbs was a whiplash on Hart, bro.
Yo, listen. As much as everybody gets on Cat and Brunson for defense, there were a lot of times where Hart was our worst defender. I'm just being real.
Well, I'm
Hey,
gonna
Straight up.
wait, hold on, wait. To defend Hart, remember Yuri? Where's the clip? What did the Hart put in that clip? Yuri, was that you that posted the clip in the Discord?
yes,
Hart's
I was.
Hart's defense was ass all year, man. Straight up.
Okay,
But what
fine.
was
Ass.
the,
You know what?
what,
You know what?
what
I'm
was
gonna
the
defend Hart.
yeah? What was
I
the clip?
He put it out a tweet actually. I'm going all the way back to find it. Oh no, you're not letting now. I'm not letting you.
I remember the tweet Hart said to Brunson, "Oh, one of us I went to sleep because one of us got to play defense tomorrow. It ain't you, Hart. It ain't
No,
you
that's not
playing
what he
defense."
said. No, he was saying on defense he does what the coach told him to do. That's what he was
What's
saying.
that? Get blown by all game? 'Cause that's what I saw. I mean, damn.
All right.
All right.
Damn.
All right. Okay, yeah, I got it
I mean,
right.
damn.
JJ's unforgiving, man. Oh my god. Hold on, yo,
Just
you know what,
saying,
Yuri?
yo.
Put it in the re-put it in the Discord. I'll put it on the screen.
I got it. I have found it actually.
Yeah, just post it again in Discord. I will put it on the screen. This is why y'all need to get inside the Discord server, man. We be having conversations every day
So this is what
about
Josh
all
Hart
types
said.
of stuff.
This is what
All
Josh
right,
Hart said.
let's see.
This is coming from Josh Hart himself. What's funny about this tweet is y'all be having no idea what our defensive schemes were. Little did you know exactly where I was supposed to be for this game. And this is where I defend Hart. Listen, you can get on Hart's defense for getting blown by. You can argue that he
Yeah.
fouls a lot. I get it. I ain't like it neither. But at one point, I'm like, they got to be practicing this scheme in practice.
So hold on. So so this is the tweet, right? This is what Yuri just read.
This was back in
Right.
Chicago. I remember the game too. You know where this was from?
So
This was back in the Chicago Bulls game when they had to make a fake comeback where
right.
Joshua fouled. This was that game.
So
The
look, so
three
this
versus
is
Kobe White, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This was that game.
yeah,
look.
yeah. That was rough.
That was at Levine actually. But he said that
Oh,
basically he said that I'm gonna run
I
it
could have
back.
sworn it was White. There was I could have maybe you're right. I
See,
could've
look,
sworn it was
this the
White.
position that he's in right now. Like, if you just watching the game, you would say, "Oh, he lazy. He ain't playing no defense." But he's saying that based on Tibbs' sets and schemes, he is right where Tibbs want him to be, which is out of position because the brother gonna hit an open three.
And this is where I wanted to kill Tibbs. He did not have Hart in the right positions at all.
So it is what it is.
All right. We'll see.
Listen, but I get listen,
JJ's like, yeah, I'm not convinced.
I don't blame JJ though. Listen, I agree with JJ actually at some points. There was some faults to Josh Hart that I did get on him for. I got on Josh Hart a lot last season.
What's the odds we trade for a 2 guard? Like, could we go trade? Like, could we get like a real 2 guard? And
I still see a lot of the same flaws I saw last year. I still think we have a lack of ball handlers. Still think we have a lack of high end athleticism. And I mean, yeah, those are probably my two biggest
Concerns?
Concerns. Yeah. Those are probably my two concerns.
well, I got news to break to y'all. I think Jordan Clarkson is gonna be your ball handler. Same way Malik Monk was.
I mean,
was handling.
he can handle the ball.
Mike Brown did say he's got underrated aspects.
He can
And
handle.
I think you're gonna see. A different side of Clarkson.
He's probably one of our better ball handlers on the roster.
I am going to tell you something though.
What if you see some defense from Clarkson?
I like Yabusele. Wait, call him before you get that. I like Yabusele for one of the main reasons. I saw the Yabusele speech he was giving his team. I guarantee you, he's going to be a second-in commander to Jalen Brunson.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
I don't think if he's not starting, I don't know. Well, maybe he could be that for the bench squad. Maybe he could be that for the bench squad.
I don't see him starting. I think the starting lineup is going to be. This is my dream starting lineup. I think it's going to be Deuce. I think it's going to be JB, Deuce.
Wow, Deuce, really? You think so?
I think Deuce is going to be inserted into the starting lineup.
Wow. Maybe.
Somebody came from my head. They try to say you don't have you don't have a champion that won the championship with 2 small guards in the last 20 years. I said, oh, okay. All right. I feel that. I mean, I think we
My
need a
issue
two
is just the
guard.
rebounding. My issue with that is just
So if it's
the
not
lack of
Deuce,
rebounding. I
but if
mean,
it's not Deuce, JJ, we need a two guard. Mikel is not a two guard. Now, once
no.
again, maybe Mike Brown could coach him into being a two guard. I don't know, but
I think
we gonna
Mikel and
see.
Mike Brown are gonna get along. I think there's a. I could see them getting along. Mike
Bridges
Brown-
is gonna have to do something about that 3-point shot. Straight up.
Oh my God, with Mikel Bridges, seriously? Come on, bro. I
He's,
can't.
he's good. He's good. I mean, what was he? 34% or something? That's not good enough.
It wasn't even
It's
that
not
bad
good.
of a shot. You act like it was 20%.
No,
You know
it's
what?
hideous.
What
It's
if we
hideous.
just say? What if we
No,
just say?
his form is hideous. It's gross.
But what
Nah,
if we
nah.
just say
think-
screw defense? Let's just go straight offense. Like
Could
let's
do
just
that.
put
I mean, could do
yeah.
that.
Let's
What,
you
to
know
get blown
let's
out by 50 points, Cohen? Come on now.
no, we gonna be no, but you gotta stop. But all right, so if I start Yabu, right? Because I'm thinking about Yabu starting. The offense is gonna be crazy. Yo, Yabu was on the Poland game because before that he wasn't shooting well from three. But in the Poland game, I don't remember what the exact percentage was, but he had to be shooting like 50% plus percent from three. He had to be shooting, and then he's a great free throw shooter. He's a really good free throw. He was shooting 83% from the line.
Yeah.
And they were treating him like he was Shaq on the block. I'm like, yo, why are they fouling him and doubling him? And he ain't even score yet.
Damn.
So offensively, and then like he could be in the paint, and then he could be on the perimeter. Like he's just gonna give you so much
where do you watch
options.
those games? How do you watch those games that are going on?
It's an app called Courtside 1981. Now you do got to pay for it.
Yeah. Oh, word,
You got to
word.
pay for it.
Yeah.
But it's you know I was about to watch the France game. See if I can see that. Oh, you know what? If I maximize it, I'm gonna lose. Yeah, I was watching. That's the Poland game. Yeah, my cap. So this app is called Courtside 1981 or 19. I can't remember what the number is, but Courtside 1891. That's how I watch it.
No doubt. Cool.
And
I will say,
yeah.
though, this year everyone is saying it. I think we're going to get some Brunson's questions. Remember, the Roommates podcast is going live at Central Park today. Saturday.
Oh yeah, so they gonna address. Do you think they're gonna address Pablo?
I think they will, but here's the thing, though.
know.
It might be canceled. It might be canceled because of the weather. It's supposed to
Right, it's supposed to rain.
I think they're gonna do it in the rain.
They think they did it last year in the rain.
They did it last year in the rain. Yeah, I don't think they care.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to that tomorrow too.
It's a little water. You know?
It's New York City, man. Nobody care about that. Listen.
But so this is my expectations I have for the next.
Damn, it's gonna rain Sunday too, though. So no objective fan hoops on Sunday.
Hey, yo, come on. You want to know my expectation is for the Knicks?
Yeah.
Like my level-headed expectations. So, the first half of the season, you know, with new coach, new scheme to learn, but you know, we have a really good schedule. I could definitely see the Knicks going at least 12-2. Worst being worst 5-5. But I doubt that's good. Huh?
Damn,
Nah,
we'll be
5-5.
We'll be bugging out. We'll be bugging out. This our 5-5.
You said 5-5 or 9-5?
I said 7-5. 7-5.
Oh.
I don't know, man. That first 12 game stretch, man. I only see 4 losses. Yeah, I only see 4 losses.
I see like 3 or 4. Yeah.
At the max, though. I'm saying at the max.
Yeah.
Cleveland's gonna have a road ahead of them. No, Darius
Garland. Cleveland sucks. I'm so tired of even talking about Cleveland. I don't care how many games they win, man. That team is fraud.
Well, they got injuries coming in, man. They gonna have listen. They gonna have to get somebody because they got a lot of injuries.
I ain't even concerned about that team. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
I might either. I think we could beat them.
Nah.
And honestly, I
Yeah.
thought we was gonna beat them last year in the playoffs. Had they made it
Yeah.
that far.
Team wins a ton
Dude,
of
come on,
games
you know
every
what's
year.
special about that?
And
I know playoffs don't correlate to the regular season, but guess who the Cavs did not sweep in the regular season? The Pacers. Matter of fact, the Pacers swept the Cavs, or they only had one loss against them.
Hold on, you
Yo,
know I
Yuri,
got
let me
that.
ask
You know I
you.
got that.
Yuri, let
Hmm?
me ask you, who do you think, Yuri, who do you think is, in your opinion, in your eyes, who's the Knicks' biggest threat? If you had to say, like, top two threats,
We
if
had
you
this
had to say.
discussion a lot back in the We had this discussion back in the Discord server.
Mm,
I think it's
yeah.
Orlando. I
Yeah,
don't think it's Atlanta.
I think
I
it's Atlanta and Orlando. I think
I
that's
no,
those two.
I don't even consider
Hey, yo,
Orlando.
be careful because JJP and YC might call up spazzing if you talk about Atlanta.
Nah,
I
Atlanta's a
got,
threat, straight up.
I
Atlanta's
gotta drop that clip. Yeah,
straight
it
up.
was you on the call up show. We talked about it, right? And then JJP and YC called up was like, "No, we talking about Atlanta." Like he was going in. Like he was like
Nah,
I was
Atlanta's
Atlanta.
under
nice. Nah, Atlanta is nice, man. That team is gonna be nice. Nice. Straight
JJP,
up.
he gonna call up. He gonna be calling up in a second, man.
Straight up.
He went
That
crazy.
roster is loaded. That roster is loaded, man.
But I will
Loaded.
say though, I would say number one, Orlando. Number two, Atlanta. Number
Okay, so
three,
you're kind of with me, more or
number
less.
three,
So
Cleveland.
so so Yuri
Yeah.
was right. They ain't sweep them though, but the Pacers did win 3 games to 1. For the record.
Yeah. When the
You know, I keep the
Pacers,
notes on deck, man. You know, I keep the notes on deck, man.
when I saw
I stay on point, bro.
when I saw what Tyrese Halliburton did to the freaking Cleveland Cavaliers at home, no, at their home court, I was like, oh nah.
I hate even hearing that name, Halliburton. Oh my god.
No, no, funny enough,
Uh,
off topic.
I
Tyrese even
despise. Oh
Tyrese
god.
commented on his new internet nickname. He said, I don't like it. That's what's funny about that.
Come on, Halliburger, Tyrese Halliburger.
No, Tyrese the Halley. What the Halley?
Tyrese halitosis. Get him out of here. Yo, listen, I really want to play against the Pacers in the first round of the playoffs. I want to be the first seed. I want them to be the 8th seed so we can sweep them.
It's not gonna feel the same though.
I don't care. Listen, man. It's still the Pacers, man. I'm gonna take gratification anytime we can beat the Pacers in the series. They're gonna hit this. But it's the Pacers. Forget the names on the jersey. It's Indiana.
Man. I need Halliburton.
No,
you might not ever see halitosis again, man. Pacers about to fall off the map.
Oh yeah.
I will say, what happened to Halliburton though should never have had happen. Game 7, you get your Achilles torn. God, that was.
Yeah.
I saw Karan. I saw that snap on TV. That looked brutal.
Yeah, but you knew you knew there was a good chance that could happen. You know, playing with that calf. You know.
Yeah, no, there's a research. Me and Karan did research, second research. There's a 50% chance, it says, or higher, that if you play with a strained calf, your Achilles will pop.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure the percentage, but definitely.
There was definitely a higher chance.
Yeah, it's a high chance.
Yeah, for sure.
The fact that Tyrese even went to Game 7, and here's the thing, right? People want to say, "Oh, OKC didn't get exposed." OKC Pacers exposed OKC, whether y'all people like to admit it or not.
They might have won that game if Halliburton didn't go down, man. They would have had a good shot.
OKC got exposed by the Pacers this playoff run, and the West Coast sees it, and the West Coast saw it. And don't be surprised if that plays into effect next season. Because OKC is not this big dominant machine anymore of a team.
I'm not betting against them. That's
no. Yeah, I think that they're gonna lose some steam because Hartenstein won't be there. He's not gonna be there.
Yeah, eventually they're gonna have to. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to keep.
That's coming because they're facing what we're facing.
Yeah, it's
Like
coming for sure.
second
Yeah,
apron,
yeah.
you they could avoid it, but they're gonna have to sacrifice
A lot.
Yeah,
Hartenstein.
Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
have to be moved. Yeah, yeah.
No, not moved. He has a team option.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they could move him, but they could just be like, all right, we got these young boys. I know Thomas Sober, he got hurt. He gonna be out for the year, tore his
And they
ACL,
could
something
just
like that.
replace. They could replace guys who, with all the draft picks they got coming. They could just replace like the bench guys. You know what I'm saying?
They got a dude. This Sober kid, he got hurt. He tore his ACL in the workout. Yeah, this kid was supposed to be the I'll put him up on the screen. Yeah,
when was this, Quran?
This was today, man. Listen, you know I stay on top of the news, brother. I read every single piece of news, man.
Yeah.
Every single piece of news, man. I'm gonna show you a picture of him.
That's
it's sad. It's every year it's like there's always a young kid that gets a season-ending injury right before the season starts. Like it's wild.
Tough. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
Yeah, it's tough.
This kid right here.
Look,
but then he got his picture though.
What is it, 20 ACL that he got?
I think it's the ACL. Yeah, I think it's the ACL.
It's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be.
Nah, he could be the same. Nah, you could be the same off ACL.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah, ACL is not a
Yeah.
This ain't 1982. This kid right here, he's 6'10". He's 6'10". They saying that he was gonna be the upcoming center. This kid right here.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
now I remember what I wanted to talk to you about. Tommy Tibbs at St. John's University.
Who you said? Where St. John?
Tom Thibodeau was at St. John's University this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if it's official yet, but I think he's going to be a part of that coaching staff.
He gonna go to college? That's wild, bro. You go from the Knicks coach to assistant coach in college. That's wild.
Listen, the man loves basketball.
You know what though? You know what that could be though?
What?
That could be spite. Like, I am not going to go to another NBA team because I want y'all to pay me. I'm gonna go to college, get that check, but I want you to pay me all that money.
That's insane.
I could be reaching with that. But I'm just.
No, you are definitely reaching. I can't be doing that. That would be some trolling bull BS he'd be pulling.
Well, you won't hear you won't hear the truth about Thibodeau for the next 3 years. That's when the book is gonna come out. Exposing the Knicks, because you know that the Knicks got that clause in the contract. You can't say nothing bad about the Knicks while they paying you, sir. That'll void your contract.
So we're really gonna get the truth about Tom Thibodeau till 2028.
Yeah, that's when you get the real deal. Or if he gets like an NBA team signs him to become a coach, that's when that'll be voided.
Well, let me tell you something. No team has went after Tom Thibodeau this season. I was very surprised at that. Very surprised. Especially after what he did 5 years, I would have thought he would have gotten an NBA job by now.
Who, Tibbs?
Yeah.
There was no other jobs available when he got fired. He was the only one to get fired at that time.
True.
Even as an assistant coach, though, at least.
I don't know if he wants to be an assistant coach.
Yeah, I know. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's a choice of his. Like we don't know what he wants.
I know we talk about. I know you did a video on it, right? About why Tom Thibodeau got fired.
Yes.
Enjoyed the stream. Learned a lot from it. But I had conspiracy theories up the wall with Tom Thibodeau once he got fired, before he even did the video. I talked about it with Miggy. I talked about it with Mike from PA. I even talked about it with JJ on here. And I told JJ, I think what got Tom Thibodeau fired was before Game 1 of the Pacers series. I think the 0-10 record at the time before the playoffs happened got him fired. I really do believe that.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of reasons. That's one of the
think
reasons.
I think it was the players, like the exit
But
meetings.
the players is that's the number one reason.
I
If
think
you ask me,
yeah.
that's the number. All that stuff played a role.
Yeah.
But them players, when you got your $200 million man talking about, yeah, I don't know if I could play for this guy again. Oh
Right.
yeah, he's out of here. Forget about it. Listen, I could get another you. I'm not gonna get another $200 million player.
Right.
So,
yo,
who's that?
And I tell you,
Mhm.
when that day happened, I had people blowing up my phone with that storyline. I mean, I had on deals talking to me. I had a few of my friends talking to me, my cousins. When they heard that $200 million line, they said, yo, you think your boy Cat ratted Tibbs out? I was like, hell no.
Anything's possible, brother.
Anything's possible. We'll never know who.
But we know for sure it was OG and Mikel with 100,000%. Them two was all up in that mix. Yeah. I don't think I want to play for this guy. It's him or me.
And let me tell you, if it was OG, I don't blame him. Dude, Tibbs and Mikel and OG are supposed to be your wing stoppers. They were not wing stopping crap last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Listen, y'all want to see Wingstop, man, you better get a 2-guard. If you get a real 2-guard, that's when you're going to see Wingstop 100%. They going to look like...
That Wingstop thing overrated, man.
It's overrated because they out of position.
Yeah, but
they out of position.
It wasn't really stopping nobody.
His position, he's a small forward. You got a small forward guarding point guards. That's not his strong suit. You need to get you a Nembhard from Indiana. Matter of fact, call up Indiana right now. What do you want for Nembhard? That's who you need. You need a real 2-guard that can guard point guards, and now Mikel is a 3. Now you're going to see Wingstop to their fullest potential. But if Mikel is guarding point guards, bro, defensively, it's going to look the same way. It's going to look like, what the hell are we doing out here? Oh, you got 2 small forwards. And a 2-guard, according to JJ, who can't guard, and Josh Hart. So I don't know. You guys are there? Uh-oh, I think I lost them. Oh, don't tell me the phone app is tripping out. Oh, boy. Hold on. What happened, though? Okay, it's loading up. My bad, JJ, Yuri. Please don't tell me I have to install this again. Okay. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I edited the video. I'm editing this. I'm trying to get some clips out. Let me see the gamification check though. So we got Bodega Wi-Fi number 1, Mellow Mike number 2, Old Man Knicks fan number 3, Michael number 4, Randall number 5. Salute to you, Randall. HRM the Great number 6, channel member, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. BS 10258, channel member. Coach, I see you in the building. Channel member, one of the first mods. Nick Shack number 9. Salute to y'all. Word, Maxine was up in here too? How Maxine get the 12th spot? That's wild. I know she ain't up now. Maxine was all up in here. I think we're gonna wrap on that, but you know what? Before I wrap, as I always do, and I do the final call. If you guys, I take a couple of more little short calls, because I ain't gonna do nothing but finish uploading this video or processing this video, trying to get some shorts out of it. That's all I'm gonna be doing for the rest of the night. But oh, I'm in the wrong browser. So I do want to take the time to show you guys the channel membership, why you guys should join the channel. I got to talk with HIM. I'm probably going to reach out to you sometime this week in HIM about the fantasy, because we're going to be doing fantasy basketball with the channel members on the channel. So, hey, man, if you're into fantasy basketball, you want to vibe out with the channel and vibe out with me and be a part of a fantasy league, I will be doing one for the members. The details of that will be coming soon. We still got like a little over a month before the season starts. So I'm not sure when you're supposed to do your fantasy draft. I'd never done it before. So this will be my first time doing it. But that's coming. Also, the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server that you hear Yuri keeps talking about. You know, we have, you know, we're in there talking sports 24/7. You know, Floyd Mike Tyson fight gets announced, we talking about it. Baseball, all sports, but most importantly, we talk Knicks 24/7. Okay, all year round. When Pablo Torre came out and was talking about Jalen Brunson, I put it up in the Discord like, yeah, we want the smoke. Put out the info. So if you're interested in extending the conversation with me, becoming a member and getting inside the Discord server is the best way to do so. Of course, I do the members only live chats. Like normally when I do a 10 key show or a level-headed Knicks tape, a level-headed Knicks talk show, or any show where I'm dropping signs like 10 keys to victory, things of that nature. Usually I put the members only live chat so I could just focus in on the content. And I also, you know, do members only live streams, which is me hooping. Sunday it might rain, so Objective Fan Hoops probably won't return there. I'm gonna try to do Tuesday. But I might have something to do with my son Tuesday. But Objective Fan Hoops will come back soon. That's basically a members only live stream, right? And I plan on doing more members only live streams. Like I want to do some Unfiltered Thoughts live. Anyway, and the Unfiltered Thoughts series is another video series I do. I might do one tonight. I don't know. Let's see how I feel. But basically, I normally record it at 3 a.m. I talk about content that's not usually, you know, suitable for YouTube, based off of algorithms and things of that nature. And, you know, all types of members only content I do. Members get shouted out. And of course, members get a discount on merch. I think I'm also going to do a members giveaway soon for the new Bodega Cat mug, which is the new Bodega Cat merch that's there in the shop. Shop that this week inside the Knicks.com. We got the hoodie, right? The hoodie versions to the Bodega Cat that just released this week. Also, we got the black Bodega Cat, the glossy mug, right? This is fire. Definitely go check this out as well. But members get a discount on all the merch you see on the shop. And of course, our best seller is the White Captain 11 with the New York City skyline engraved inside the lettering. All right. So definitely check that out. But that's what you get when you join the channel. It's not just a donation. I want to support. You actually get exclusive content. And yeah, man. But that's all I got for you, man. JJ said Pablo is a clown, man. I want to give a big time salute to everybody that was at the top of the gamification. Everybody who announced, J-Tap, of course, for calling up. JJ, Yuri, what's called up? Make sure I'm not missing nobody. I know my man Mellow Mike called up. Fritz called up. Keith Watkins from the ATL called up. Salute to all the callers tonight. See the callers coming back. I expect you know, because it's still dull days of summer. So I know, you know, well, I always got stuff to talk about. You know, when you come to this channel, I always got stuff to talk about. I never just talk about straight old school stuff. But you know, as we get closer to the season, I know the call-up show is going to be back. And definitely an action-packed seasons. We're going to be doing post games for all the games. At least that's what my goal is. I'm shifting some things around in my schedule to try to accommodate that And now my son, he's getting ready to go to preschool. So yeah, that's a whole nother situation. But I want to rearrange my schedule. So yeah, that's my goal, to do all of those shows at night. The podcast should be on for Monday. I might have to postpone the podcast because I do have an important meeting Monday morning that might be a little extended. So I might have to postpone the pod. Not 100 on that, but usually the podcast is Mondays at noon, unless like stuff come up. Like the past couple of Mondays, things have been coming up. Also, Objective Fan Hoops, I got to figure that out. Wednesdays after midnight stream, might do something. I might bring those back, but right now it's still like dog days of summer. So call up show 100% shoot 100% Fridays 10:45, and then podcast Mondays unless I have something coming up. So those are the two shows you look out for. And but that's all I got for you guys tonight. Let's see if it's anybody who's on the way out. Mellow Mike said great callers got involved. Yeah. Thank you, Mellow Mike, for acknowledging the callers. Bodega Wi-Fi says homeschooling, private schooling, when they're young, builds the foundation. That's a fact, Bodega Wi-Fi. But it's the social aspect that my son needs. So that's what we're going with. Yeah, private schooling is the wave. My son was actually in a toddler group, so which was a private kind of school kind of vibe. But that's all I got for you guys, man. And until next time, hold on, I gotta get a better applaud than that. So until next time, let's go Knicks.